Shut up and sit down.
Hey, welcome back. Yeah,
Maybe that.
apparently the internet just went away and then came back.
Fair enough.
Comcast is known to do from time to time.
Yeah, but I can't wait to hopefully get something better wherever we go.
I will let you be in charge of that since I don't really know anything about computers and stuff like that.
I mean, really, it'll just depend on what providers they have. Which I can actually check.
Yeah, look around
Oh.
Mooresville, North Carolina. Hopefully it would be more than just Comcast, but they've kind of got a monopoly on shit.
Yeah, no, there'll definitely be a few others. Figuring out.
We could always have more than one internet connection as well.
So yeah, there's definitely a bunch of other ones that we got. There's Spectrum, not Verizon, because Verizon sucks. There's something called Kinetic, Viasat, not using T-Mobile, Easy Internet Now, which Easy Internet Now looks like it has the best download speeds of 5,000 megabits per second.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot.
But yeah, we'll have to see because there might, depending on where we go. I mean, I doubt we'll be able to get Google Fiber because that's more of a city thing. But let's see. Actually, they have a coverage. Let's see. Yeah, no, nothing good there. So let's see. Let's go. What we got? Yeah, a lot of the other ones are pretty good. Yeah.
That's good to know we'll have options.
And good news to know is Xfinity isn't even available in North Carolina.
Awesome.
So
Fuck 'em.
that will not be an option.
Yeah, I'm so
Well-
sick of them being shitty the way they have been in the time that I've been
Well,
here.
Yeah, it's the same thing as we talked about where fucking competition, breeds excellence and shit like that.
Yeah, not necessarily
Not a lot.
excellence, just honesty and a genuine will to deliver a quality product.
It's really frustrating.
It is.
But-
When you're the only game in town, you can be the worst fucking game in the world.
Yeah. But we should be good. There's definitely a few ones kind of clicking around, seeing what all options we have, which some of them are different areas, like more of the West Coast, so we wouldn't be able to get them, but
Yeah. Oh yeah, though, that's good. What the hell were we talking about before my internet turned itself off and then back on?
I don't know. But I did find this.
Can't wait to see.
You have
Oh, nice.
the same two Trans Ams you had before.
Yep.
One in Port Orchard for $3,500, which,
God, Port Orchard's far away.
but it looks like it actually might. I mean, he says it runs drives, so I mean,
Also, though, it says automatic transmission, but that sure does look like a manual to me.
yeah, I don't know.
You magnify that photo at all?
That's gotta be here.
Yeah, that's a manual transmission, bro. It's not that's a shift boot. There's no Prindle there. Like,
Yeah, because like
it's
that's
three
gonna be
pedals,
the
yeah.
fucking
It's got a clutch. Like, I don't think you know what you got,
Yeah.
homie.
And like that boot definitely looks like
No, that's a what is it, 83? So that's probably still a 4-speed car.
So, but yeah, that one's definitely an option. And then the other one is the Hunka Junk.
Yeah, that one I like more because it's cheap, but someone's, attempted to do some stuff to it. Like, it's got an Edelbrock carburetor.
Yep. Stand down, hit with good old gray.
I think that's the one with 4 different wheels on it. Yeah.
Yep.
And again, it's like, how long has that window been down?
The rears are the same. Yeah, the rears and the fronts are the same.
Yeah, just
those are good. But yeah, like you need the new front thing.
Yeah, those grills are fucking expensive too because nobody remakes them, and because they're 80s GM plastic, they get extremely brittle very quickly and then destroy themselves and fall apart like that. But that one I like.
Yeah, he's about to have surgery, $1,200, he gone ASAP. It was 10 weeks ago, so he might not even need to sold anymore, but you never know.
That one's actually also, that one actually is an automatic, though. That's the only downside. I want, an original 4-speed car.
Yeah, so that would leave you basically with the other one, because this one, it looks like it's clean enough that I'm sure it runs and drives.
Yeah, that one looks like someone's been driving it.
So,
granted, it's got ugly 90s wheels on it,
but I mean, those are an easy fix. Like the front grills are good.
It's a V6. Gross.
I mean, like I said, those are easy fixes.
If it's a V6, that's a 5-speed. Then never mind. Damn. Oh. Also, I like how those pictures are just directly from Facebook, and he didn't even bother to crop them. He just screenshotted the Facebook photos.
I love it.
Put on there. He's like, yep. Like there's an actual photo. Yeah.
Yeah, like that and that one are good.
That's not
I don't know.
That's a Firebird though, and he put Trans Am decals on it. There was never a V6 Trans Am. You faker. That's a nice platform to build upon.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the thing. Like, there's not a lot of options, unfortunately. You really get 2 from 250 miles from Oak Harbor.
Yeah. Again, though, something else where, I don't know, it seems like back home some of these are still like $3,000 cars, so I'd probably be able to find one in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Ammo NYC, old Larry Cosilla, he had a great video where he bought one of these like sitting in someone's garage since the 90s for like $4,000, $5,000. Detailed it, didn't do anything else to it, didn't like rebuild the car or like any mechanical work to it to get it running, just detailed it and sold it for like 10. And I was like, man, it was a really nice looking car once he detailed it, but I also know that it had been sitting since the 90s and I wouldn't pay $10,000 for something that had been sitting since the 90s.
Yeah, that's a real like sketchy thing because like you can not tell anybody, but like at the same time like that's just really sketch, man. But
yeah,
people pay what they want.
That's true. There are a lot of dumb people with money who will pay a lot of money for shit they shouldn't pay that much money for.
Oh yeah, I mean that's unfortunately like the huge thing nowadays is why cars have gone so much up because like you look at like how many people
idiots will buy it
because like you look at how many people are like a paycheck away from fucking losing their house, losing their apartment, and like all that kind of stuff. It's like those aren't people buying it.
Population, yeah.
So like it's just the rich people that want to buy a car because it's a piece of art nowadays.
Oh, the Countach market. That they've artificially inflated so heavily.
Yeah.
And one time there was like one guy that owned 16 of them. He just listed them all for like over $200,000, and I just started everybody listing them all for $200,000.
Yeah. And it's only gotten worse because a lot of the big personalities like have their egos inflated, and it's like
Bearing in mind, I like the Countach legendary car, very lovely. Terrible car.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible fucking car.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible as anything other than something you'd have parked and look at or like on a poster. Like, drives badly, not that fast,
Yeah.
uncomfortable, overheats, breaks down a lot. Like, terrible car.
Yeah.
Really pretty.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely would still want to build one, but that would be like a replica that we can choose. We can basically make it better.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, because if you watch all of the people that do drive them, from fucking James May and Clarkson and all them,
Yeah.
to even now, the fucking YouTube channel Throttle, they've been going over a lot of the big 80s cars. They've went over the Countach, they've went over the Testarossa, and they've been comparing, because they don't fit the Countach first. You know, like, after they drove Testarossa, like, the Countach just wasn't fun.
Oh, it's not
It's
even
just
a
a miserable
comparison.
car.
The Testarossa is actually quite a nice car to drive.
Yeah.
Very lovely driving sensation. The Countach is terrible. It's
Yeah. So that's one of the things that I definitely want to.
Everything's very heavy. You can't see anything. It's awful.
But I mean, like, between that and then if you go through the other big channels like VinWiki, they've been doing where they'll go over their other YouTube friends. They'll like kind of do how much is your garage worth? And
Who cares? How often do you drive your cars?
I mean, fortunately, I will give Ed like the benefit, like he does drive most of his, but like when you have a lot of the other big guys going and saying, talking like, oh yeah, your Celine is worth this much, and
Yeah.
you can see Ed's eyes light up and all that. It's like I don't want to be that kind of guy, man.
I don't like cars because I want to make money on cars. I like cars because I really like cars.
Yeah,
I like driving them and like working on them and stuff.
that's why like most of the cars we get are going to be replicas, because
Yeah.
they're going to have the same
It
spirit.
doesn't need to be real for me.
Yeah.
It can be fake. I'm fine with
Yeah.
that.
Like, the only car I really can't remake because it was so perfectly made, is the fucking LFA.
Yeah,
Like-
but they're
Like, they're still not they're not a fantastic car because they're single clutch, so they're still gonna shift like dog shit compared to a double clutch that they should have gone with. And everything's like stupid expensive.
Is it also all aluminum?
No, they changed it to carbon fiber.
Okay. I know there's a lot of things with the LFA that really deadlock it into its period in time.
Yeah, because they originally had planned to do aluminum, but by the time they were going to go and put it out to sell, everyone else started to do like little bits of carbon fiber, and they're like, "Yeah, you guys need to learn to do carbon fiber. Like, I don't care."
Yeah.
So that's what really pushed it back a couple years, because they didn't outsource anything, so they had to in-house learn how to make carbon fiber to the level the LFA would need to be.
Yeah.
So
It's
by
got
the
a
time they did
Yamaha
release it,
V10 too.
yeah.
That's
where
a
they
very
really went. Yeah.
It's a very mid 2000s engine of V10. V10s have kind of disappeared.
Yeah. I mean, not a lot of V12s anymore, really, besides.
Just
Maybe
Ferrari,
Aston?
Lamborghini, Aston.
Yeah.
People who've always had V12s.
Yeah. So, yeah, not a lot of V10s. And then Yamaha helped design the body to basically help the resonating, basically the engine sound resonate throughout the whole cabin so you could hear it.
Yeah.
But then that also pushed it back a couple years, and then by the time that came out, the Aventador was already out for less money. And it was like, all
performed
right, well,
better.
yeah, like,
It wasn't as expensive.
Yeah, it wasn't as expensive, performs better, like,
Had an
it's
aftermarket.
yeah, like, it had the brand to it, because, like, you buy a Lexus LFA, people are just gonna say, yeah, it's a Lexus. You buy a Lamborghini, people are gonna think you're something.
Well, in the late 80s, up until the mid 2000s, really, if you bought a Lexus, you just bought a Toyota with gold badges and nicer leather.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what you bought.
Yeah. I mean, even now, Lexus doesn't make a lot of performance cars, because, like, they made the LFA, they arguably failed, because it only really came up when the market started to become how shitty it is now, where cars are now a fucking
Yeah.
piece of art. So they
That's-
arguably failed at that. They've made the RCF and all that kind of stuff, but they don't look good. They're a V8.
And then I got the Predator mount, which is
Yeah, like, they don't-
cars.
So, it's
God,
just not
man. There you go.
it's just not that good.
I think didn't they lose money on every one of them too? Like I know Bugatti
Yeah.
loses like $1 million or something on like every Veyron
Yeah.
that is sold.
A lot of those big cars do lose money. I know the 959 also lost a lot of money on all of them because of technology that was put into them.
Yeah, that's the thing though. When your company as large as a major automaker, you can lose money on your flagship model because you sell so many other cars that make you money.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. For people that are interested in the LFA, definitely watch Squid, Squid. He did a very good video on the LFA.
Squid's good. I like Squid.
Basically talking about how they almost like axed the LFA for like 7 years in a row because of how much money was losing them because they had to make so much technology. And basically McLaren where they just started making shit up.
I mean, they're Toyota though. Like they've got money to waste.
Yeah,
you know.
But it was also during like the 2000s and around the
recessions. Yeah.
So like
that was a
they
tough
were trying
time
to cut costs forever.
to debut a supercar right in the middle of the recession.
Oh, and then the other because they weren't even like the only Japanese supercar maker at that time because around that same time the Nissan GTR came out, which also had long performance for both.
Not long thereafter, the not well loved reimagining of the NSX.
Yeah, I mean that was a hybrid car, so at least was different, but it was also not it wasn't the same. It was that car got the nomener that Grand Tour put it as the Holy Trinity because it was one of the big hybrid cars, along with the LaFerrari and the McLaren P1.
It didn't perform anywhere near as good as they did, though.
No. The others had heritage, the others had power.
They were built with purpose. The NSX was built as a novelty.
Yeah, like let's bring back the NSX badge. Which really,
this name will sell. Let's put this name on it.
Which is why, I mean, a lot of other car companies have been doing that. They brought back the Integra and all that kind of stuff.
Damn. Ford brought back the Bronco. Chevy brought back the Blazer. It's not a Blazer, though. It's a fucking Equinox. What it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Car companies are too afraid nowadays to spend the money to make anything unique. So they, like, honestly, the most unique we've seen in the last 5 years was the C8 Corvette. But that's not even really, it's unique, but it's also been on the idea process for the better part of 30, 40 years.
Well, the mid-engine Corvette was supposed to come sooner, and then the GM bankruptcy happened, and then it didn't.
Yeah.
It took a while.
Yeah.
But in that bankruptcy time, we did get the last, potentially, from a performance standpoint, the greatest ever front-engine Corvette in the last one, the ZR1. I mean, that was an insane car.
Yeah. Which another channel...
But I have my own beef with GM, specifically with all the, I don't know, capitalizing on rebirthing from the dead retro nameplates. God damn it, bring back Pontiac. Bring back Pontiac and bring back the Firebird.
337 Speed, another good channel that goes over engines a lot more. I actually did one yesterday about the ZR1 Corvette engines and just how insane they are.
All of them, or just the newest?
All of them.
That's great. It started at the 70. I think it was 70, the first ZR1. That all aluminum 427.
Yeah, because it started off with because it was a different nomener, like name for the C2, but then it really started in the C3, and then kind of continued on, died off, really after like the C5 for a little bit. The C5 didn't really sell as much.
Came back C4, 89 and 90, I think up until 93, and that was my favorite ZR1 engine, the LT5.
So, and then they had the
second generation LT5 because GM likes to recycle engine names.
Yeah.
There's an LT5 now. It's nothing like the original LT5 or the second LT5. But GM likes to recycle engine names.
Makes it really confusing.
Yeah, third time they've used LT1. I like the second gen LT1. OptiSpark, reverse flow cooling. My Camaro's got one. I love that engine. It's very pretty. Sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, we'll eventually be using one of those in the RX-7 whenever we get it back to the States.
Yeah, the same one that's in my Camaro.
Because for people that call it blasphemy, I call it making something more reliable, because right now,
Rotary.
the turbo, I went and I had surgery, so I wasn't able to drive it, and I drove it, and it had a flat, well, the day before I drove it, I realized I had a flat tire, so I changed the flat to a spare, and then I took it to get that, and obviously on a flat or a spare, you can't drive fast, so I didn't realize my turbos don't work. Got tires changed, took it out for a spin, and turbos don't work. About a week later, went and took it into the shop. He decided, based on little tests, that the turbos are probably fine. It's probably the actuator, but he can't really tell because RX-7 is such a fine balance. It literally is a fucking like a ballet dancer where everything's just very brittle.
Everything's
there's a
very
lot of parts
delicate.
that go into so everything that works together very finely. So the turbos are deep in there. So for him to actually look at the turbos, he'd have to pull a bunch of stuff out, and he didn't have that time that day. He really gave me about 30 minutes to look at it.
Yeah.
But still a nice guy. He didn't charge me at all. He gave me some pointers. He was looking around the engine. He looked at my air separator tank, which is he recommended I replace that because it was still OEM and it was starting to crack. So I went and did that, and whenever that comes in, I'll take it back to him. And then when he's installing that, he'll pull out all the other stuff and then kind of give me all right, I think this is what's wrong. But good dude, I will say. But he said it's fine to drive right now. It's just, I have noticed it runs richer, because...
Yeah, it's not getting enough air anymore.
Yeah. So, like, when I sit in my car for my 2-hour break on wash, I burn 1/8 of a tank if I leave the car on.
Yeah.
So I don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore.
Yeah. I think I was telling you, because I was home that week that you were figuring that out. I think it might be the exhaust wheel and the exhaust housing for the turbo. Because in the 90s, a lot of the Japanese OEMs went with ceramic composite sort of exhaust housings, and the exhaust wheel being ceramic. And they, rather than having a traditional like ball bearing style, it's got a ceramic kind of bearing in it. They do break. And then, I mean, the easiest way to check would be with the car sitting, you just bang on your exhaust. If you hear something rattling in there, it's probably the exhaust wheel that fell out of your turbo and is now in the cab. But because that's what happens. It'll fall out of the turbo and then shrunk down and it'll stop right in the cab. You unbolt the cab if it's not rusted to hell, which they all are because they're all old now. So you pop the pipe, the flange off the front of the caliper, like, all right, here's the exhaust wheel. It's just like, yeah, well. And again, if you lost it, you wouldn't build boost because the turbo is an exhaust-driven thing. And if it's not spinning, there's nothing there to spin. It's not going to build boost. But it'll run bad. But I mean, it'll run and not hurt it without the turbo.
That was the main thing I was worried about.
I mean, maybe after getting the turbo replace your spark plugs because they'll probably be carboned up. But I mean.
Yeah, because I do have to. That was the other thing was
spark plugs are cheap.
That
they're copper. They're like $2 a plug.
Yeah,
I think you have 6 of them. So you've got leading and trailing, and that's
they're all in directly the engine, so they get a lot more junked up than normal spark plugs.
Yeah, well, there's rotaries are different than piston engines. There's no cylinder for it to intrude into. It's just zones of the rotor, and there's no cool down or constant compression. So you've got leading and trailing. So
yeah, it's fun. So we'll see. Those parts are ordered right now, and then whenever those get in, he'll look at it, and then we'll kind of take it from there.
Sounds like really a good, trustworthy guy.
Yeah, I mean, he did say really enough, because if it was an older car, but mine's a 99, so it's later. If it was an older one, they could check the solenoid and see if those were at all like bad. but because mine's a 99, it has a different black box that's in a hard to reach place. But
Yeah.
so I was kind of like, oh no, and he's like, no, trust me, you want the 99. Like it's better.
By then, they'd figured it out.
Yeah, which I also kind of trust the guy because he does have his own. He has his tuned to insane horsepower. So while we were just kind of shooting the shit for a little bit, he was like talking about how he has his tuned to like 600 horsepower, and I was like, yeah, no, I can't use the
I just drive this thing
240. Yeah, I can't use the 280 or whatever. So that mine has stock, like much less more. Like whatever we do, just keep it around the same.
Yeah. Hey, maybe don't hot rod it, buddy. Just fix it. Just fix it for me.
Yeah, like I don't need that much power. Like owning the Viper was insane. Like, yeah, the Viper had 500, but like
Viper had more than
enough.
500. I think it had like it was a Venom 550, so it was 550.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was the wheel because it was a terrifying thing. The couple times I drove it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine. Like maybe it would have been better if we had newer tires, but I doubt it. Like it.
Well, even didn't he put tires on it not long before you bought it?
I don't remember.
I think they were newer because the Viper tires. They're the only car in the world that has tires that size.
Yeah.
And they are expensive, and not a lot of people make them anymore.
Oh yeah, no, you have to have special companies just to make them. But
yeah, that or changing your rims and your size, and then recalibrating your speedo and shit. Like I don't do all that.
No. Honestly, like if I were to be in a Viper, it'd be the GTS, but I'd have to change the rims to the fucking the tri-spoke ones that they had.
Hell
because
yeah.
I don't like those GTS rims. They look like generic 2000s rims.
Well, they are. I mean, the Viper, albeit coming from a major OEM, was sort of just a kit car that Dodge offered. I mean, it had a lot of off-the-shelf parts and, very generic stuff. I think all the gauges in it are just autometer gauges with like different faceplates, different overlays, because they all look like autometer gauges in your Viper. And I was like, these are the stock gauges, man. These just look like generic autometer gauges. It's like, yeah. But that was always, I sent you that video about the Viper. I don't know if you ever watched it, but I didn't realize Carroll Shelby had helped that much in the design and build process. I didn't realize it basically was just supposed to be a kit car. I mean, it basically was just a Cobra for the year 2000, even though it came out in 96. But yeah.
They're earlier than that, actually. It came out like 94, I think.
I do not remember. At one time as a child, I knew just about everything about the Viper, but it's been a number of years since then.
Oh, wow. Even earlier than I thought. It was originally 91.
Wow.
Yeah, the first prototype was tested in 89 and debuted in 91.
Wow. I remember there was a TV show on when I was a kid called Viper. It was, it was about some secret agent or something, but he had a Viper and it did cool, neato shit. Like, it was like the 2000s version of Knight Rider, but it was just all bad CGI. There were like no practical effects. It was just all bad CGI. Oh, dude, torrent that show. You'll love it. Yeah, that's the car. That is the Viper from Viper.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like it's
back when you could make an entire cheesy network TV show on a very shitty premise, like Knight Rider or Viper or like the A-Team or Airwolf. Airwolf was just about a guy with a helicopter. Like it's just Jan Michael Vincent's son. Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, that's a really pretty fucking helicopter, but
it's a cool helicopter. However, how many seasons can you do of Jan Michael Vincent needs to save the day in some way that only a helicopter can save the day? Like that's a writing challenge.
I don't know, man. They could bring it back with Jeffrey Epstein Island.
That's
we need to save those kids from Elon Musk
with a helicopter.
Exactly. So Yeah, like that shit's funny.
This January, get ready to Michael down your Vincents. We're rebooting Airwolf. You know what? They brought back Hawaii Five-0 and Magnum PI, and they're making a Fall Guy movie with Ryan Gosling. And you know what else I saw they're bringing back? Night Court.
Jesus.
Yeah. I'm like, why would you? All the shows to bring back. Why? Like, I like Night Court. Don't get me wrong. It was funny. But mostly that was because the guy on Night Court was funny. Nothing about the premise of the show itself was very humorous. The guy who played the judge was very funny on Night Court. And now they got some woman doing it. And I was like, it
it's going to be very generic.
It looks really bad. Nobody's going to watch this.
Oh, it was like Gary Busey court
Pet Judge. Gary Busey's Pet Justice. That's still on Amazon. They've only made 2 seasons of it.
They need to
I remember we were all, I don't know if we were on shrooms the day we were watching that. I think we were all drunk the day we were watching that, though.
Yeah.
And we all decided that the premise was that everybody knew that this was a fake show except for Gary Busey, who probably thought it was real. I think they fully let Gary Busey think the show was real.
I mean, I don't believe it, but that's what makes it so amazing.
It was like all actors and trained animals and like prop animals that weren't real, but like Gary Busey probably thought all of this was real. I remember his speeches too. Dude, if anyone's actually watching our podcast, which I doubt, check out Gary Busey Pet Judge. Fantastic show. Not an Adult Swim creation, although it feels like it should have been.
Yeah.
It's right up there with like the Tim and Eric show or like Eric Andre. Like it's that absurd. But yeah, check it out. Fantastic show.
That show was absolutely ridiculous. I loved it so much.
There were only like 2 seasons, and we watched both of them that day. That was a good day. I miss you guys. I miss having everybody over at the apartment to watch ridiculous shit on our giant TV while I cook food and make drinks for everyone.
I mean, we'll be able to do it again. I mean, right now my calendar says less than 3 years now.
Hey, there you go. That's
yeah.
reassuring and also a little bit terrifying because it's like, damn, I gotta get my shit together.
It is what it is. Now we got time.
Yeah.
Right now, they because I came back from work. I came back to work like 2 weeks ago now, and they're like, yeah, you're delinquent on this call that we literally had to stop because we have other things going on, but you're delinquent. So we're going to have you come in
Sounds like
for 6 hours.
Problem.
For 6 hours every weekend on your off time to go and do it, the extra study. And I was like, but I can't do anything because you guys literally have said I can't. Like, what I need to do, I can't do.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. They're just like, yeah, no, that just sounds like, getting ready for stress.
It's a classic military catch-22 there. We need you to do this thing that we're not going to let you do, but you've got to get it done, like, soon. Like, well, I can't.
Oh, no,
well, that's your problem. Like, well.
They realize I can't do it, but they just said, yeah, no, it's good. It's good stress, healthy stress. That way, because when we could be at war at any time. We could be at war at any time with China, so you need to be ready for stress.
Well, that's just the most militarism I've ever heard. Healthy stress.
And he was completely serious too, and I was like, I'm going through stuff, right? And he's like, yeah, well, you just gotta be ready. You're in the military, like you gotta deal with stress. And I was like, but this isn't pointless stress. This isn't good.
Yeah, pointless stress is how you get things like a mental break and like, breakdown and like serious burnout and people not being able to function. Like that's not unnecessary stress is that unnecessary. You shouldn't have it. I can't wait to tell my therapist about military mandated healthy stress.
Oh yeah, I mean that's
gonna roll her eyes at that.
I'm meeting with my therapist again next week, and I'm going to mention that. But he pulled me aside there. He's like, yeah, next time don't mention your mental health unless it's, really bad. And, we need to pull you off the team because, you're trying to do that. I was like, holy crap, you guys are fucking insane.
My mental health is my priority all the time.
Like me spending 6 hours at work to not do anything because you guys won't let me do anything is not good. Like, I tell you guys I'm going through stuff, and I tell you, like, I'm honest with you guys, I'm open with you guys, because I don't want this kind of stuff. Like, I want you to be fair with me, and this is dumb.
This is dumb and pointless, and I don't trust you guys anymore.
Yeah, so, like,
I still remember how offended a lot of people in the Chiefs mess were when I said that I didn't trust the Chiefs mess. They're like, what do you mean you don't trust us? I was like, I don't even know most of you. How the fuck are you going to just expect me to trust you like that? When you've been in long enough that they assign you a rank you probably didn't earn, that doesn't mean I trust you.
Yeah. That's the thing. A lot of Chiefs make Chiefs because the smart people get out before they make, or like they can make Chief.
Yeah, I got out because I can do other things. And look at me now. Until I got fired, I was doing other things.
I'm
not doing other things. But also, I don't need to be doing anything else right now.
Yeah.
I've done well enough so far that I can not have a job and it's fine. So
yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, even I'm getting out because I like what I do. I just want to get paid an actual, reasonable thing to do it and not have to move everywhere.
Yeah, I'd like to be paid and also, like, respected as a person.
Yeah. Because right now I don't get out of those.
Yeah, you never will in the military.
No.
It's not for everybody. I recommend it actually be for nobody, and that no one should join the military.
Yeah.
Ever.
Oh, 100%.
Ever.
Which is funny because I can't wait to see the numbers this year because less people are going to keep joining because...
they're going to keep lowering requirements, though.
Oh, yeah.
You can enter the military with an ASVAB score of 10.
Yep.
10.
Yep. It's great.
Yeah.
But then they...
it's out of 100, by the way. Just let everybody know, in case you don't know. It's out of 100.
Which basically means you just have to put your name correctly on the sheet of paper.
Yeah. But even if you can't do that, we got a waiver for that.
No waiver. But, yeah, it's ridiculous. They're still not, increasing realistic bonuses or...
Hey.
Like...
Lower your standards.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that was a big thing.
That was the worst fucking thing you could have ever said. You just leaned into it. Hey, lower your standards, all right? We're not going to treat you like people or expect to keep you healthy. That's your business.
Yeah, exactly.
We put you in a building full of black mold. Better learn how to breathe mold.
Like,
lower your standards.
Like, geez.
Oh, the water on board the ship isn't drinkable? Sounds like you should have brought more water. Fucking Christ. Yeah. I'm so glad I got out when I got out. Oh my God.
Yeah, I really wish I had gotten out.
Yeah, but I mean...
It is what it is.
There was financial incentive for you to stay in. And I understand that. There was financial incentive for me to re-enlist. I'm just glad I didn't do it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll definitely be glad I finished here because I got my car I wanted. And I'll get a better position at where I want to go.
Yeah.
So that's good. It's just frustrating that the whole time I'm here, everyone is very confused. Everyone drinks the juice, and like, even the
Jim Jones, buddy, you don't drink that Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Hell no, you don't drink that Kool-Aid.
It just, you feel like you're all alone because like even the people that you thought were sane, they start spouting out maybe mantra, and you're like, oh my God, you're one of them.
Oh my God, they got to you. They got to you too. Yeah. How did they turn you? I thought you were normal. Nope.
Nope.
Give me a Kool-Aid
So, but that's fine. I mean,
I've never been one
down
to
the
drink
days.
Kool-Aid.
Never should.
Never will be.
No. Never worth. It's just a cult. It always is.
Yeah, anything very cult-like is always. That's why I never got into religion, really. Like, cult, can't. It's weird. It's creepy.
You did for a bit.
I tried really hard to buy into that. And I was just like, it's all complete bullshit. And I got asked very politely to not come back to church.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I think I told you about that when it happened. It was after the beanbag incident. I was asked to not return to church. And I was like, I was pretty much done with it anyway. Pastor
Yeah.
Dave? I don't know. But I was like, I was pretty much done with church anyway. There was really nothing for me here.
Yeah. Like most people go to church and they realize how much bullshit it is. Like no offense to people that
Yeah. I
need
mean,
that stuff, but
it did help a little bit get me through a tough time, but what helped a lot more after not returning to church and going back is cream pie and Angie. That made me a lot happier to go to church. So I just did that instead, and then that was much better mental health. Hi Angie, she's not watching. Doesn't talk to me. I think she's got me blocked on all social media. Probably didn't know how to podcast.
it's fine. It's fine. You'll find
Still came.
plenty of them. Yeah, exactly.
Still got the nudes.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not really that worried because I literally, so they got me on Dink Study, but they scheduled it perfectly in that I have to go the last weekend before I start my leave for 2 weeks. So I'm like, oh, cool, okay.
That sounds very much like the military.
Because they try to get me to go.
What was enlighten everyone to the Cheech situation? Hi Cheech.
Oh yeah, so
Hi Manny.
back when I was in the military, and was really kind of like was the final nail in the coffin to, the military is just bullshit and no one should ever join. It's
really awful. Please don't join the military. Don't ever join the military.
So before I transferred here, like a month or two, I bought a Viper.
Back in Whitby.
Because one, I wanted a Viper, and two, I was hoping to try and bring it here, but Japan's really stringent, and it's basically impossible to bring anything here. That didn't happen. But the command found out I bought a car, and basically, like few months prior, they had put out my crew had put out, if you do anything that is life changing, you need to let your chain of command know.
It's really not.
And I had assumed that maybe they meant like getting married, getting pregnant, it's like normal stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, in fact, not buying a car I have the financial capability to pay for.
Yeah.
And then they found out I'd gone home for the day, and they had called me back in. They proceeded to yell at me, and they had done the whole serious thing because they had me stand at attention and all that, and they're like, explain yourself. And
how about a car?
Myself,
why?
And they asked me to explain myself, and
explain why you bought this car.
No, and then he yelled at me for talking, and I was like, okay. He's like, and then he proceeded to call me a piece of shit and how I shouldn't be in the Navy. And then he sent me to someone else to basically sign a counseling shit for something that wasn't wrong to do.
Yeah.
And
bear in mind, anybody watching, if you are in the military, you never have to sign a counseling shit. I don't care what they say. You are not required to sign them.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever signed any of them.
The only reason I did is because this was my off time, and I just wanted to go the fuck home, and I really don't care. Because counseling just don't matter. They only matter if you get a lot of them in a period of time, or if you go back to that command, and I have no intention to ever go back to that command, so it didn't matter.
Oh, even I got a lot of them in a very short time. It doesn't really matter.
No. So, basically, then the first class period today, I was a piece of shit for not telling anybody. But it's funny because he had gotten a DUI in Japan, which is a huge no-no. And he fucking knew the right people to get that shit brushed aside to where he didn't lose his rank, he didn't get half month's pay. He basically just had to go to some DUI classes to not do it again. That's
really fucked. Because if you are a junior sailor and you don't have powerful friends, like a DUI in a foreign will probably get you kicked out of the military with none of your benefits. So that's fucked for one thing.
And the alcohol limit for Japan is 0%. 0.00%. You cannot have a drop of alcohol in your blood system.
Yeah. If
you do, you will fail. It's stupid insane. So, after that whole thing, then they were like, we can't, you aren't here long enough taking a mask, so we're just going to have you sign this counseling shit. We're going to call your next command and tell them what a piece of shit you are.
Mm-hmm.
But next command didn't really care, but the whole long, bringing it back up to speed was, that guy, that warrant officer that said I should go to mass for what I did, got arrested because he went and pushed his wife down a flight of stairs.
Which tracks for him. That's the kind of thing he would do.
Yeah, he was a huge piece of shit, because when you're a piece of shit in the Navy, you're probably a piece of shit outside the Navy.
Yeah. When you, it's like when you're a piece of shit human being, like you're actually just a piece of shit human being all the time.
Yeah. Because he had also tried to go and tell Flores, or we call her Cheech, but that's her accepted nickname.
A friend of ours, Salchicha.
She had tried to get 2 months terminal leave, because by Navy command, you are allowed to do that.
Yeah, I did.
And then a lot of other people, because you can see who else is getting your terminal leave in your command if you ask.
Yeah.
So there was about 3 or 4 other people that were getting the 2 months. She had asked for 2 months. She got told, no, you need to be on this mission. We cannot spare anybody else, even though you're not in any leadership role. You are doing the bottom of the barrel role right now because you're getting out. We need you on this mission. We can't give you 2 months terminal leave. At most, we're going to give you 2 weeks. Oh, and if you try to talk to the XO or CO, we're going to make sure personally that you don't get any terminal leave.
Yeah, that's like borderline criminal, what they did, but also because it's the military, no one's ever going to face any discipline for doing this fucked up shit.
Especially not a warrant officer, because he's a warrant officer. He's put in over 14 years in the military. So, yeah, he got away with that. Unfortunately, we came back in time for her to take the 2 months, but it was still highly stressful for her because she was getting out of the military. That's a huge stress. So
she got some karmic justice, though.
Yeah, so he got arrested. Right now, he can't see his kids unsupervised. His wife actually tried to drop the charges because they were both drunk, and apparently she was pushing his buttons purposely. But the judge was like, "No, he's gonna pay." So I don't know the outcome right now, but
good old civilian judges, love them.
Yeah. So hopefully he, I'm over it. I don't really care. I'm just glad that people see him for what a piece of shit he is. If he gets kicked out, that's his fault.
How is it that Cheech found out? She works with law enforcement now?
Yeah, she does something like that. So
yeah.
That was funny.
Karmic justice.
Yeah, 100%. So.
It happens eventually.
Oh yeah, it always catches up. But yeah, that was really funny just because that was not what I expected to get off to work to see. But definitely a good thing because hopefully, whoever he's leading over now will get a better leader. Because I doubt he became a better leader. He wasn't a good leader for my whole time I was serving under him. So, but probably not because it's the Navy.
Yeah, they're going to replace that bad apple with a different bad apple.
Yeah.
Because all they've got are bad apples.
No, yeah.
They don't fall very far from the tree because, all the good ones don't fall. They get picked out and they go to other places because they're desirable and have.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm just glad that, that's definitely a nice comedic way. But back to the whole work thing. So whenever I do go on leave, I really can't go anywhere. So I was planning to go to Kyoto, but I have weekly physical therapy, so I can't. So I'm just going to take a week to kind of try and work on my car, play some more Cyberpunk, try and finish some games. And then the second week, go to Tokyo to go and basically meet a junior sailor who's, oh man, really awkward.
It's a hard thing to get the awkward out of someone.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've talked to him, hey, maybe you should, change your booter glasses to something else. He's kind of laughed it off, and I was like, no, dude, I'm being serious.
Get rid of the virginity goggles, my man. There's a reason we call them that. It's not because they're awesome.
Stop wearing, your high school, hoodies, and do something with your bedhead, and you could probably, do something. You'll be back.
Yeah, get a grown man's haircut. Wear actual clothes.
Yeah. So it's I don't know.
I'm one to say wear actual clothes because I hardly ever am outside of jeans and a t-shirt or my camo shorts that I wear around the house because it's 82 degrees in my house. I like things tropical.
But also, you don't have the personality of 16-year-old virgin.
Nah, I got game like MJ, buddy.
So
you've seen it.
That's what I mean.
I've never been in a
When you have the
relationship with a
personality-
not hot woman.
Yeah, like when you have the personality of a 16-year-old virgin, you gotta impress ladies other ways.
Yeah.
So
I don't need to dress
Yeah,
nice. I
like
got a big cock.
I hate you. Why?
Let's make sure my pants are
that-
nice and tight. See that anaconda? Wants some buns, hon.
Why?
It's
Oh my God.
it's not even that late here, unless my watch is broken again. I'm just really, I don't know, really exceptionally tired, and I've done fuck all day except like mock up a couple things on a model kit and just like lay on the couch and watch X-Files.
Hell yeah, that's like good shit.
Yeah,
Always older, man.
I remember watching a couple episodes of it when it was originally on TV, in the 90s, but I avoided going back to it because I was like, this is like the most 90s thing ever. It's gonna look so dated if I try to watch it now, but
It's good.
I just don't care. Every single episode is like a Ford Taurus commercial because like
Yeah.
they've never not rented a Ford Taurus in a single
Oh, yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
But that, again, that's fine. Also,
It's like government vehicle.
something I didn't know is that in most of like season 1 and season 2, Mulder, he's got his shirt off a lot. I didn't know David Duchovny was so fucking jacked.
Hell yeah.
Like I remember seeing him.
Maybe eye candy for the women.
I remember seeing him in like Californication, and like he was older, but
Yeah.
he was like a in shape older dude. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll play my cards right. I could look like that maybe, But like, wow, Mulder, jacked.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're looking up sexy David Duchovny.
Well, I was looking at Mulder shirtless. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, there
shirtless
you go. You
Mulder.
actually see-
Yeah, he's an in shape dude. But speaking of sexy actors, came across a Reddit post the other day, and it was like my friend was in a cafe in LA, and she saw this guy who looked a lot like Jeff Goldblum, and she just had to tell him like, "You look a lot like Jeff Goldblum." And she said the guy went, "I don't know who that is. Can you show me?" And she Googled Jeff Goldblum and showed him a picture, and the guy went, "Wow, that guy's really handsome. Thank you so much." She's 90% sure that was actually Jeff Goldblum.
That sounds like Jeff Goldblum, all right?
It sounds like something he would do, yeah. I'm a good
But
guy.
I mean, yeah, I'd heard like whenever he goes to parties, he fucking whenever someone like introduces, one of their friends to him, he'd be like, "Oh, Jennifer Good, of course. How could I? Oh my gosh!" But like, isn't it everyone like whenever anybody like just go and like act like fucking bewildered and shit? It's just great.
I love that now famous, internet famous photo of him with the two 20-something girls. He's got his hand around like both of their necks, and they're loving it. And I thought for the longest time, because I always seen the photos of Jeff Goldblum and the Olsen twins, but I guess those aren't the Olsen twins. But yeah, that's a great photo.
Hell yeah.
It's a good one to use as like a video game avatar.
Fucking Jeff Goldblum, man. Jeff Goldblum.
What a dude! Another one of those dudes that's just moved on to side quests.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to be in that phase of life where it's like I'm completed the main storyline. It's just all side quests from here on out.
I mean, that's like Snoop Dogg nowadays, because like he put out his
Snoop Dogg
cookbook
do whatever the fuck he wants to.
Yeah, he put out his cookbook fucking from crook to cook. Bro,
Yeah.
that is peak level
He's got a
fucking.
cookbook. He's got a wine label. He's got
Yeah.
countless
Nike
weed
crimes.
endorsements.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's still got a clothing line.
I know he's sponsored by Big Lighter.
Yeah, he's acting now too. He's got a
Like,
podcast. He's got a great podcast.
yeah. I know he plays video games too for his podcast.
Yeah, he streams. He streams on Twitch sometimes. He plays Fortnite and shit. He's in Fortnite. Like,
Yeah. Like, he's doing it all, man. That's goals right there.
yeah. Represent that LBC.
Yeah, man. I mean, shit, I was telling that kid I'm taking, because he's that edgy kind of kid. Like, he actively listens to Linkin Park, and, like, that's that sort of music, that's it. So I didn't think he was so...
Hey, what are you doing, buddy?
Shelter?
Nothing, just crawling in my skin.
Yeah. So I was like,
Yeah.
I was listening to music and I was like telling him like, yeah, I was listening to like P Diddy. He's like, P Diddy, who's that? And I was like, same generation as fucking Biggie Smalls. He put people over, and I was like, Jesus Christ, you know Snoop Dogg, right? He's like, yeah. I was like, okay, you know he went to prison, right? Because he was in a gang fight that killed a fucking like little kid. He's like, holy shit, he went to prison for that?
Yeah, for a while.
Like,
I mean, he got out, but
like holy crap! Like this generation doesn't know. Like they know Snoop Dogg went to prison. They don't know what he went to prison for.
Yeah, like things forgotten to time. And I'm not saying we need to like bring these things up and try to cancel Snoop Dogg. By all means, that man is dead to society. He went to jail all the time he had to. But I'm just saying, like you gotta know and understand your history. Something I didn't know that I found out recently from a hip hop podcast, hip hop adjacent podcast I was watching. When you think of P Diddy, you don't really think like, Diddy is one of those dudes you don't fuck with. He's been in like Disney movies and shit. That's kind of apparently Diddy is a real motherfucking gangster, and it's like, oh, you wouldn't fuck with Diddy? It's like, bro, you wouldn't get to Diddy. That's the thing. Like, if you see Diddy, what you don't see is like there's 15 dudes in the crowd who are there to protect Diddy. And they're killers. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, no, they'll kill you. It's like,
yeah.
Like, who has Biggie killed? Like, probably Diddy.
And then he put out that song about missing him.
I know, I'm sorry, not Biggie, Tupac. I'm very tired. My apologies to the black community for confusing the reality from the picture in my mind there. But yeah. No, I think that song turns like 25 years old this year or something.
Yeah.
I'll Be Missing You. God, that's a good song. I think
that's a good song.
Shit, Faith something. She's on that song too. Faith.
I'll look it up.
Yeah. I was about to look it up, which is
I know there was that whole conspiracy thing where people were like thinking Diddy did it.
There's like 4 separate like docudrama series about it. Like, who killed Diddy? Who killed Tupac?
Faith Evans.
Yeah, that girl can sing, man.
Yeah, but so it's
also.
I wouldn't say like.
Sorry, just one last thing about "I'll Be Missing You." In the first like 5 seconds of that music video, it's not a stuntman. It's actually P Diddy. You see him riding a motorcycle, and then he just like purposely slams the bike. And it's like, wow. I appreciate the commitment of Diddy to actually just wreck a fucking motorcycle just while he's on it. It's great. Like, anybody out there watch the video? The first 5 seconds Diddy's riding, I think it's like a 250. Like, it's not a big bike that he just dumps that fucker. He just slams it and it lands on it. It's just like fantastic.
Yep, and that's how they start the fucking song. Like, that shit's great. But
he had another big one a couple years later. It was him and Mace, who's like a Baptist minister now, but fuck. What was the song with Mace? I think the song with Mace might have been More Money, More Problems. P Diddy and Mace.
And
Mace.
And Biggie Smalls.
No, another chick.
Yep, and Biggie Smalls.
Yeah. Kind of love More Money, More Problems,
Yeah, that was another good one. That fucking music video with the golf tournament. But that's the thing. A lot of the big rappers have like taken up side quests because like even Ice Cube's been in fucking Disney movies now, and
Ice Cube got hella money from Disney, bro.
Oh yeah.
Ice Cube got enough money to probably just never do anything again or do whatever he wants, which is probably why the second Triple X movie got made.
Yeah.
Wasn't there also a third Triple X movie where he played?
They bring back Vin Diesel.
Okay. Yeah. The first one though, you want to talk about a fantastic. The 2000s, like the 2000s made into a movie. The first Triple X movie.
Oh yeah, because they open up with a skateboard tournament, like in a fucking warehouse.
Yeah, it's that, and then he steals a senator's Corvette, and like of the 2000s, when a senator in his 50s have a red Corvette convertible, and he jumps it off a fucking bridge and parachutes out. That's all.
Yeah.
What a time. What a time I'm glad I lived through.
Exactly. Like, that shit was.
We can't go back, but we can always look back favorably.
Yeah, unfortunately, the only way we can fucking really like go back would be like fucking VR and shit like that. But
yeah, but I don't want to live in the Matrix.
No. But crazy enough, speaking of the Triple X, fucking here, let me pull it up.
Yeah, kids, if you're out there at home watching, just search Triple X movie into Google. You'll find everything you need.
There you go. But that fucking during the end when they're doing that fucking parasailing with the fucking thing, and then he like reels in right before they go under a bridge. Somebody actually fucking died during doing that.
Yeah, that's occupational hazard, obviously, but you know,
we see if they have like where
as someone who loves stuntmen and wanted to be a stuntman solely because of Burt Reynolds and Hal Needham and how awesome all their fantastic 70s movies were. Also, the original Gone in 60 Seconds, entirely made by a stuntman, Toby Halicki. I hate to see stuntmen go because they really are just the best people.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunately, like, it's one of the worst things that can happen on the job is
you die.
Permanent disability or dying.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were parasailing, and they went like right before they went under a bridge. He was supposed to kind of come in and like get right onto the boat and all that kind of stuff, but it didn't happen that way, and he fucking got caught, and then yeah.
One of the stuntmen who did helicopter stunts for Magnum PI died.
Yeah, because that
helicopters are dangerous.
Oh yeah, they're insanely dangerous.
Yet again, another reason. Like, yeah, I think they're cool. You know, I think it would be awesome to like fly TC's chopper around, but I'm not ever gonna be a pilot.
Yeah, exactly. I think one of those happened during a Twilight Zone too. The
Twilight Zone movie. A couple people died.
Yeah.
I
thought someone died during like a helicopter thing on that too.
Yes, the helicopter like crashes into a lake. It's like it wasn't supposed to. And like you can see in the scene where the actor's running and like carrying the kids. Like they're all actually terrified because like shit wasn't supposed to go down the way it did.
Yeah. Which if you type in Twilight Zone movie like death, they have like fatal footage of it happened.
Yeah, it's
sadly enough.
Hollywood, much like the military, doesn't give that much of a shit about you as long as the end result is what they wanted, which is a sad fact of Hollywood.
Yeah,
like I would have a difficult time ever like being an actor on like a show or in a movie, just knowing full well like no one actually gives a shit about me.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like even who was that one that got shot last year? Did he get?
Oh yeah, it was the second unit director, or
well, no, it was the gun. It was the gun part. It was
the one George Clooney shot.
No, it wasn't George Clooney. It was the guy who looks like George Clooney. Fuck. Not Kurt Russell. God damn it.
I remember George Clooney shot that lady.
No,
that was a big deal because he is such a big time anti-gun advocate.
Who the fuck is that main guy in 30 Rock?
I've never watched 30 Rock. I don't know. I don't even know what 30 Rock's about.
Alec Baldwin, that's who it was.
Yeah, that's right. Alec Baldwin shot, not George Clooney, my bad. Yeah, Alec Baldwin shot that lady.
Yeah, which that whole thing was like, you feel bad for him because he literally did nothing wrong. Like, he didn't practice proper gun safety, yes, but at the same time, they were not supposed to actually do any shooting scenes that day. So they changed up though, without telling basically the gunsmith, like the gun master of that shoot, that they were going to change it. So she wasn't on set. And it was like just some random fucking camera crew person that just got shot.
Yeah, I gotta wonder though, like why during a movie production are there any real bullets ever? Like why are they not all blanks all the time? Like why are there any real bullets anywhere near that gun? Like You're
Because-
making fucking John Wick, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
are there
even
any,
John Wick,
even John Wick? Yeah, those aren't real bullets. They have blanks there. Like, but also
Yeah.
like, why were there any real bullets at all?
Oh yeah.
Same thing with like Brandon Lee. Like, why were there any real bullets whatsoever?
Yeah,
on
well, that was because they're
production
trying to save
set?
money. They were trying
Yeah,
to
they
save money,
made
so
their
they
own
made
blanks
blanks.
instead of just buying
is
blanks,
stupid.
which blanks are not expensive.
No, they're not like. So,
How
that
low
was-
budget was The Crow that you couldn't afford blanks?
Like that whole thing just ties back into the Lee family curse because like there's no reason that should have ever happened.
Lee family curse. Jason Scott's doing fine.
I mean that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the best, not documentary, but sort of dramatized documentary of Bruce Lee's life. Stars Jason Scott Lee, who looks a lot like his dad. And yeah, that was a great movie.
yeah,
Something of the Dragon. I don't know. It was the
yeah,
only good one.
Dragon. Well, he's been in a few other things, but not a lot. Let's see what else he's really been in. He was in Mulan, of course.
Yeah, of course it was. Yeah, that
yeah.
movie, it was made in the 90s, and it was like the story of Bruce Lee's life, and it starred him, Jason Scott Lee. And that one, whoever they cast to be Bruce Lee's wife in that one, she was hot as fuck.
Linda Lee would be Lauren Holly.
Yeah, she was a real 90s babe.
Would have been her.
Yeah, I want to see her in the movie.
Her?
Over there, go just down one. Yeah, yeah, she was hot as fuck in that movie, dog.
What a movie. What a movie.
Yeah, it was quite a movie.
Different time, though. Different time.
Yeah, 1993. It's the year of the rooster, baby. Year of the born. Well, it was the year of the rooster.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I don't know any of those. I only know this year is the year of the rabbit because I've seen enough fucking pictures about it.
I only know it was the year of the rooster because it's the year I was born. Which is probably why I got such a big cock.
I'm not even getting into that. But so later this year, in like late April, I'm gonna take like 6 or 7 days and go to Hong Kong.
Hell yeah, dude.
So
You take
I originally
a fuckload of pictures for me of just like
can do.
the scramble of neon signs all over the street because like that's that shit I love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to get a tattoo artist, like one of the big ones, but one, it's really difficult to talk to anybody because they have to use encrypted like comms to talk.
Yeah, to talk
Because
outside of China
Yeah.
because
Um,
the state of the PRC thing. Even though Hong Kong has never really been Chinese and continues
Well,
to
they-
defy being Chinese.
they're still like governed by China though now because Britain's kind of stepped off.
Yeah, wish they wouldn't have done that,
Yeah.
but they did.
That was a treaty they signed back in the day. That was the stipulation.
It was supposed to end a few times.
Yeah.
And it had got extended for the good of Hong Kong and its people. For the good of Hong Kong and its people. For their business interests in China.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. But so I'm trying to go and get a tattoo artist that way I can have him do a tattoo of Kowloon.
Fuck yeah.
But we'll see how that goes. I've gotten no comms from him, but I mean it's still a few months out.
It's a shame the Kowloon Walled City is gone.
They have a park in its place, so I can go visit that at least.
Yeah. I gotta say, there's a very cool Kowloon style like varsity jacket that I saw as a targeted ad on Facebook. And
Hell yeah.
it had cyberpunk and anime kind of vibes going on with it. I was like, I should send this to Derek. He might like this. Knowing full well you don't wear jackets like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, right now I don't really wear jackets at all because
it's Okinawa and it's tropical.
Yeah. Yeah, like right now it's barely cold enough that I need to wear pants. Like, I wore sweatpants yesterday and I was just sweating all day and I was like, fuck, I'm miserable.
Yeah, I wear my jacket like outside when I go outside to smoke cigarettes because I don't know, I refuse to smoke in my house. I refuse to smoke in the house when I went home too, even though like my dad is like fully Cheech and Chonging weed in his recliner like 4.5 feet away from me, I'd still get up and go outside on the porch and smoke.
Yeah.
They'd be like, why do you keep doing that? I'm like, I don't want to smoke in your house. He's like, I smoke in my house. I was like, yeah, I don't want mom to see me smoke cigarettes. It would just break her heart.
Yeah.
Knowing full well I've had like 7 aunts and uncles, like all die of cancer, all of them smoke.
Yeesh.
That said, I mead, Dad's been smoking weed pretty much like nonstop since he was like 18. And I mean, he's still going. He's had health problems, but none of them lung cancer, not a single one. So
I guess that's good. That's good.
yeah.
But yeah, so I'm supposed to go there. Apparently, like one of the people I kind of hang out with, but he's still kind of a douchebag. Wants to come with it. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Like,
Hey man, if he
2
can
people
do
in
it,
China is better than one lone guy in China.
yeah, that's how you get harvested for organs.
Yeah.
Granted, I mean it's Hong Kong. It's not like you're going to
Yeah.
like Beijing or something.
Beijing or Shanghai.
Shanghai. Shanghai would be the bad one. Shanghai's not a place for white people, not for a long time.
Yeah. But so we're gonna go there for like 6-7 days, and then right now I have my friend going making an itinerary, which includes a lot of bars.
Because God
we'll see how that goes.
God knows, I wish I could be in Hong Kong getting a massage right now.
Yeah, I mean that's possibly on the list. I gotta look around a bit more and see, but definitely a lot of bars because they have a lot of really cool bars there.
I gotta save up some money and hit up Ponce, and we need to go back to the Philippines.
Hell yeah. Yeah, let me know. I mean, I'll go with you guys if you go. Because I'm fucking close
that
enough.
would be legendary, because you've never been to the Philippines with me.
Yeah, because most search house boats do go, it's just Loyal doesn't.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean? It's supposed to be nobody's even going to Subic anymore. They were telling us that even when we had first gotten there, and then sure enough, on our first mission, I ended up in Subic Bay, and I became the mayor. I may or may not have 36 children in Subic Bay now. Probably not.
That whole thing was fucked.
Yeah.
Me not being able to go on that mission. Because
you got
people so people that don't know, so you are non-deployable after you get eye surgery for 3 months unless cleared by a doctor.
You were cleared by a doctor, though.
But I was cleared by a doctor. It just wasn't a Navy doctor, and the Navy doctor refused to take it because, in their words, they don't know what goes on underway. They can't clear you.
Yeah.
So I went to Mass because I was non-deployable. So I would have gone to Mass. I would have been on a mission. And yeah. But now, I told you about it, but I have to, my therapist recommended me for a psyche valve because I was on Prozac for that first deployment. And if you look it up, there's a lot of nasty side effects of Prozac. It was like the OG, like antidepressant.
I'm on it. So, I'm supposed to be on it now. I'm not, though. I haven't taken it in a couple months. It stopped working.
Yeah, it does the opposite for me. It does really bad things. Like it put me in a mental fog where nothing outside of like a foot and a half away from me felt real. Like everything just felt like I was in a fog. So like I could barely function, but I apparently did it well enough that no one noticed. But I just started forgetting shit. And then when I finally went off, I was like, holy fuck, I've been in a fog for like the last 3 months. Like I don't remember what this whole mission was about, like a damn thing. And even now, my memory is really, really bad, in that I don't remember half of the shit I definitely should. Like,
yeah, SSRIs and SNRIs are usually harmless, but also have the potential to really fuck you up. Which I'm sure you do remember the day I overdosed on Wellbutrin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of which, to me, what felt like entire days that morning, you weren't there for. But you did come home in time to take me to the hospital.
Yeah, I'm glad.
I am too, because that was. Whoa.
Yeah, that was not fun.
I was very close.
Yeah,
that was terrible.
Yeah, no, antidepressant drugs are definitely dangerous.
It just terrified me not knowing what was real and what was not real.
Yeah.
And even it's so late in the day, after like purge the system. Even when we got home from the hospital, I still visually hallucinated things like that.
Yeah.
Freaked me out. Like, you're telling me I'm good now and I'm still seeing shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, hopefully that goes well, and I mean, I'm not gonna be able to be treated. I'm always gonna have shit memory problems now for the rest of my life because of it. But hopefully, it's at least in my record that, hey, we kind of gave this person that.
I could get you some.
Disability.
Well, you're definitely going to be needing disability for that, absolutely. But I mean, there's some nootropic things you could try. Alpha Brain is a very good one. I recommend it because I was on it for a long time and I really liked it. On it, supplements are incredibly expensive, which is why I'm no longer on them.
Yeah. I mean, that's like, if they recommend anything, I'd be like, yeah, you're going to pay for this because I don't want to do that.
Prescribe that shit. I ain't paying for this.
Like when I get out of the military, I'm gonna be fully off antidepressant meds because 90% of my depression and anxiety is caused by the military. So,
yeah.
But
that said, and obviously I had other factors affecting my mental health when I got out. Having moved past them as far as I have now and still being out of the military, I rarely feel that down anymore.
Yeah, which is good. Which is good.
Nice.
Because that's the thing, like, even my primary care was like, yeah, you've been seeing a therapist for how long? And I was like, oh, like,
the whole time
so long. And they're like, yeah, that's therapy's supposed to be like a short-term fix. And I was like, that's great, man. I'm still really depressed. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you.
I just laugh to myself almost hysterically now when I think about, when I went to mental health at Whitby, and he's like, I remember the doctor explaining to me, he's like, so there's like nothing wrong with you. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, your job sucks. Like, what? Like, yeah, being in the military sucks. To fix your problem, you need to get out of the military. And I was like, well, I can't do that. So can we like prescribe me something? He's like, oh yeah, we'll give you pills. Oh yeah. Like, we're gonna mask these symptoms. You're gonna help you cope, but like long term, like don't re-enlist. And I was like, got it. Already wasn't going to.
Yeah, exactly.
Sold.
Yeah, shit's ridiculous. I don't understand how they think that this is okay. But then again, some people just get really, really easy and like they get the cushy life.
The machine's going to keep running until it breaks down completely. And then there's going to have to be a real deep dive into why did the machine break down and how before they actually fix anything. As long as goals keep getting met and the mission keeps getting accomplished, nothing will ever change. I'm not afraid to see things fail and have people learn from failure.
Yeah.
That's perhaps the best way to learn. I've learned very much of all the failure in my life.
That's the thing is, like, the military is 100% afraid of that, and so they're just gonna keep doing whatever they can to cover up the symptoms. Keep slapping Band-Aids on that bitch.
Band-Aids don't fix broken bones.
Yeah. But, yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much like been the last big thing. I was supposed to get a fucking refill on my depression meds, but apparently when you go to see your primary, you're only allowed to do 2 things at once. And I was like, but my third thing's really short. I just needed a refill.
That's wrong. That's absolutely wrong.
So I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So
I just stood right there in that man's office, been like, I'm not leaving until you refill my depression meds. Like, why? Like, well, because I'm like, fucking out, for one thing.
So I was like, whatever. I will come back and I will waste your time. Like, I will absolutely come back and waste your time because I have to go to medical every week, so I don't fucking care. I'm there all day.
Additionally, I mean, hey, gotta go once a week. Fucking getting out of work. Fuck it. Might as well get out of work another day to go and get more meds.
Still can't get out of work because, I still have to go on my off days.
I was speaking of how shitty the military is in regards to medical things. You might not remember, but remember when I got wisdom tooth surgery and almost went to mask for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. wrote it on the appointment board. Everyone knew months ahead of time I was getting wisdom teeth
Yeah.
surgery, and they scheduled things around that to their own fault, badly. And then they're like,
Yeah.
"What do you mean it's surgery?" Like, yeah, it says wisdom tooth surgery. It's been on the board for a month. Do you not pay attention to the board you made us write shit on? And he's like, "What do you mean you're gonna be like SIQ for 3 days? Like, I'm getting teeth cut out of my head, dude. Like, I'm not coming to work an hour later. Like, I'm not gonna even be able to drive. Like,
You're gonna be on narcotics.
yeah, I was. Yeah, I got in a lot of trouble for. Well, I didn't actually end up getting in any trouble because I think they realized how fucked up they'd be if they tried to punish me for
Oh yeah.
getting a surgery the Navy told me I had to get.
Yeah. Because that's the thing, you wouldn't be deployable.
Yeah.
So like,
like, what do you mean you're gonna miss cert because you're having surgery? It's like, you knew about it. You knew about it a month and a half ahead of time. Why did cert have to be this day? Cert can't be 3 days from now. Like,
yeah.
they're here anyway. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, you just demoted me to like logs anyway. Like, you can pick up anybody from Ready Crew and have them do logs. Like,
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. If the reason you failed is because of logs, you've already failed, man. You've already failed that cert.
you guys have bigger fucking problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, no, I remember being there. It actually was. It was like a couple days after I was still on Percocet, and I was just like spinning around in my chair. And Senior Smith looked at me like, you good, man? I was like, no. Like, taking logs? Like, log book? Like, I hadn't even filled it out or written anything. I was like, no. Nothing. Just sitting there in my chair like,
yeah, oh yeah. When you're on
like,
Percocet, like you're not doing
Yeah,
anything.
and then at the end, they wrap up everything like, you were here. I was like, shouldn't have been.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't fall asleep. Like that shit just makes me sleepy as fuck.
No, I did for a couple times. I fell asleep at the logs table.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Pen in my hand, not writing shit. Didn't even fill a log
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Like, not ready. Just
Yeah.
holding it, looking at the logbook.
Exactly. Like, cause that's the thing.
Wow, obviously I needed to be there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like
It
that's
was
the
the
funny thing
most
is,
important part of the day was me being there. Damn it.
I'm surprised none of the CERT team like asked you like, hey, why aren't you filling out logs? That way you could be like, yeah, I'm on Percocet because I just had like wisdom tooth surgery, but they made me come in. Because like,
I'm high as fuck right now, bro.
yeah, because like that's like if the CERT team heard that, they'd be like, they would have fucking demanded that you go home like right then and there.
I was only ever sent home for illness one time, and Wooly sent me home because we were getting ready to go in the lab, and we walked out into the hall, and I was dizzy, and I almost passed out and fell and caught myself on the wall. And I was sitting on the floor with my hand on the wall. She's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "No, I think I'm sick." It's I'm fully sweating, having a fever, I can't really breathe, and just
yeah.
she's like, "Go home." I was like, didn't even argue. I was like, okay. So I went and got my hat, my coat, and I went back to the barracks and slept for 2 days.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I was like, where's the jail? I sent him home. He's sick.
Oh yeah, that's all you really have to say. You're a TC, you have the.
Well, back then, nowadays it's oh, you mean you're not first class? Hey, this might come as a surprise to you. The overwhelming number of first classes of this command are not fully qualified.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to put them in charge? You need to make sure they're qualified to know their shit. Either that, or take people who are qualified to know their shit and just let them be in charge.
Or, stop sending first timers here to this command and trying to have them qualify to run a boat. That works out so well.
Oh, dude. We've talked about the military entirely too much today. I'm sick of it. I'll have absolutely no more of it.
That's fair. But, yeah, so hopefully that Hong Kong trip goes well. I mean, I was surprised because I talked to because basically they originally told me like, yeah, it's fine because we looked it up and like it's totally okay to go.
Yeah.
And then while I was on fucking basically being sick, they're like, yeah, no, you can't go anymore. Like big thing came out. So I went and talked to the security guy and he was like, yeah, no, really all that's gonna have to happen is before or after you're gonna have to talk to NCIS because you're going to China. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, China, like,
but basically, yeah.
diet
So I was like, okay. So I was like, fine, I'll do that. Exactly. China, no carbs.
I'll go talk to him. Shit.
So, but yeah, I have to, like, I'm figuring everything out right now just so I can fucking do that. Take a lot of pictures.
Hell yeah.
Probably bang a lot of women because that's, we have to.
I mean, yeah. That's what white guys from America do when they go to foreign countries. They just bang all the women and make an ass of themselves, drink too much,
Yeah.
eat like a pig.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean that's already given.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Besides that, I mean, should be good. Really just kind of killing time here.
Yeah, pretty much all I've been doing lately when I'm not applying and reapplying to the same jobs over and over again to not be contacted by them. I'm watching the X-Files and working on a single model kit of the 30 or so I have, plus 3 more on the way.
Hell yeah.
Those are big though. Those are 1/8. Those are big. When one of those comes in, I'm gonna like pull the body out of the box and like set it next to my foot, and I'm gonna send a picture to the group chat so you guys can see the full scale of how big this model kit I'm building is.
Nice. Yeah, we'll definitely. If you send me a picture, I can post that because I can start making posts now on YouTube on the warehouse project. I can make posts now.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So, which I need to do that more often, just so keep involved. Whatever
engagement.
we watch. Yeah, but I just kind of forget. But
how many people are even subbed to our channel? I know a couple of our podcasts had like upwards of like 30, 40 views, which I thought was great. And I looked at like our last one, which I think has 4. And I was like, oh, that's not as good. But
yeah, I mean, some of them are. We have 8 subscribers.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. That's more than I thought. That's cool.
I mean, really, like, the problem with that last one is that I had to pull it because there was some errors with it. And so there was like 20 views on it, and then I had to pull it, and then I put it back out, and yeah.
Oh, man.
But I had to, unfortunately.
I need to get a nicer webcam. You
Yeah.
know what I ought to do with that settlement money instead of buy a Trans Am? I ought to build a fucking PC because laptop's been a dependable workhorse and a trooper, but it's getting ready to give up the ghost. I was playing with it actually. I was sitting sideways on the couch and I had it up on my legs, and if I put my legs in the right position, it would just like turn off completely.
Oh Jesus!
And I'd be like, oh, that's the battery again. I don't want to spend $200 on another battery for this thing that I probably won't even be able to find. So
yeah,
but
Acer getting older.
Acer still makes this laptop, albeit with newer shit in it. So that like the Acer Predator is still a laptop. It's just got better graphics cards and shit in it now.
Yeah. Yeah, the 1060 is definitely getting up there in years.
Yeah,
but I mean, that's the thing. I can definitely
GTX 1060 is not quite.
I can definitely select you out some good parts, because
I don't even,
give me a budget.
Have the money yet? So yeah, whenever I do come up with a budget, something that I could record and stream with, and also hopefully be able to emulate PS3 games.
Yeah, I mean that really, it's like once you give me like a budget, I can kind of start figuring it out.
As many cyberpunk parts as possible.
You're done. But
I don't give a shit about the case. I can always airbrush and cut that up and drill holes in it or whatever. Like I can fabricate plastic. I've been doing it for years with models. Like I don't give a shit about the case.
Yeah, no, cases are usually like the cheaper thing. It's everything else.
Yeah.
But That's the thing. It's gonna be kind of dependent on what your budget is, because like we can go with. I would recommend like a 2080 or like a 3080. Like more expensive, but it's future proof.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can actually get a 3080 again. So I mean,
Yeah,
there's that.
yeah. The thing is, everything's a lot better now. Because like when I had mine, for viewers watching, I mean, I typically go and I build my computers, but I had to buy this one because it was during a time where no computer parts were actually available. So
Because of crypto mining.
yeah, which has really died off, thankfully.
Thank
So,
God.
But like last weekend, I think I went and had to go fix that guy's that wants to come to Hong Kong with me to fix his computer because they upgrade. He originally bought an i5, which is terrible. You should never buy an i5 processor.
Yeah, dude, I have an i7 in this 7-year-old laptop.
Well, it's basically just like there's different better versions of it. It's how many kind of like cores are I think it is.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot worse. So
Which
he's
for-
experiencing
Yeah, for emulating shit, I definitely want more cores. So probably AMD and not Intel.
Yeah, I mean it's so really the main difference between the two is AMD has a lot more cores. It's just Intel utilizes them better.
Yeah.
So it's kind of whatever you decide.
I'll take a lazy V8 over a high-strung 4-cylinder any day.
Okay. Yeah, I mean I can definitely do an AMD, but yeah. So he went and he upgraded, but he didn't check to verify that the parts were fully compatible, and his motherboard was compatible with the new CPU if he updated the software.
And he
He
did.
didn't update the software, so he went and tried to put it in. So he swapped. So he ended up with somebody else. Like I wasn't there. They swapped it back and couldn't get it to work. So then the other kid that was helping him like fix it went to the Philippines for his vacation. So he had me come over, and I was like, "Yeah, no, dude, this shit's fucked. Like, there's only two possible fixes: either your RAM's broken, which doesn't make any sense, or your motherboard's fault because you basically broke it." So we went to the store, we bought him a new motherboard, which he spent way too much money because he basically got like one of the best ones, and then got that, brought that home, and then fucking within like 20 minutes of installing that shit, all good to go. But it was like, man, this is why you really gotta like make sure whenever you upgrade that everything works, and if it requires any like fixes, you gotta do those because. He basically went and after he bricked it, he was like trying to go and do like a force installation you can do to install the software, and it just wasn't taking because it was already bricked, it was already fucked. So, but
Dang.
like I felt bad because the board was probably good. Like it was actually a really high end board. It just, yeah.
Is there any way to like unbrick his board? Or
That's beyond me because I don't do that much software. I can do hardware, but software is beyond me. So I told him because the other guy that was working with him is more of a software guy. So I just said you can ask him whenever he gets back. Otherwise, just fucking scrap it. Like
yeah,
you took an L. Like just eat it up, man.
I'm thinking
Not for
in the event I do get some kind of a settlement, I want to build a PC because I really want to both play Cyberpunk on like max settings on the big TV, and additionally I want to stream that and finally do a couple different playthroughs of Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
For the channel,
as long as we get you a good video card, motherboard. Well, I mean, motherboard doesn't really matter, but video card, CPU, RAM, they'll be fine.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, you just have to let me know like a budget that way I can build to that, and then because like I'll have to get you more stuff this time because you'll need a monitor, you'll need a mouse, and all that kind of shit.
But in the event, no, I can't not get a monitor. I can't just use the TV.
Like, yeah, you can, but it's
Yeah, but for like streaming and stuff, you want like two monitors. That way you can manage and babysit your stream on one while you're actually capturing the other.
Yeah. So, like, I'm not gonna get you a 4K monitor because they're expensive. I'd just say like a 2K.
It would also be wasted on me.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You're not gonna for you. Your best bet would be a higher refresh rate, 2K resolution max, because it's really all you really.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you really want to go all out, like 2 curve monitors would be really good. They give a really good look.
Again, I feel like that would also be wasted on me.
Yeah. So.
Flat ones are fine. They've been flat my whole life, so
Fair enough. So yeah.
If I really want to get immersed in something, I will just play it on the big 72-inch TV.
And that's all you really need sometimes. Like, that's fine. Yeah. But yeah, I can definitely at least, kind of get started on that and just kind of come up with some ideas.
Oh, and some way to do like HDMI in, because I do still have all 4 of these cameras that I found out after I bought them I couldn't actually get to work in the laptop, and a video switcher that I don't use. It's just sitting here on the table, completely unhooked to everything. Because it's basically a switchboard. All 4 cameras go in, one line comes out, runs into your computer. But again, I can't use that with this laptop because it doesn't have HDMI in. It's just output. So
yeah.
So yeah, what with running the podcast and all,
Yeah.
Eventually, if I did have people here, I would like the whole living room, on 4 camera, and I'll switch in real time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it should be fine. I should be able to figure that out. I gotta at least get started on that, but yeah, I gotta definitely work on that for a little bit, and give you some ideas. Really, I mean, cases are all about the same unless you want. Okay.
Well, I don't want to cram the shit all together, so a big case is fine with me. Also, I don't really need lights all over everything. I don't need RGB.
Yeah, just make cases. I was hoping it'd be one of the first ones because it's a wild looking case, but I don't think it is. Yeah, because if you just want a square one, then we can do that. There we go. If you just want a square case, we can just do that. Otherwise, we can do. Let's see if I can find that. Damn. There, it's kind of like
that last one you built.
This one.
That's neat, but honestly, it's a little too ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
What's right below that though?
Oh, like this one?
No, that one. Yeah, that's neat.
I mean, that's just the main thing is going to be with that is you're getting that cyberpunk and those with a custom cooling loop. You have to build that.
I'm not opposed to that. Water cooling's neat.
I mean, I recommend it. That was the one I was basically looking for. I recommend it, but not building your own because there's a lot that can go wrong with building your own. But those are the cases I was kind of looking at. It was these kind of Cougar. That's the brand. They make really weird cases that are open.
Yeah.
But yeah, custom water cooling is neat, but there's too many things that go wrong. An AIO is really good.
You've lost me.
AIO is all in one. Basically, they already have a pre-built water cooling, and they're typically used for your CPU because GPUs really don't need their own liquid cooling. They do make some, but you have to get you have to make sure you get the right video card because it really needs those 2 little bits right there to push the water through. And then you need to really, I think, actually, no, this one, never mind. This is a pre-built one. Never mind. Good.
Well, that's neat.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the price too. It's $38 for $1,300. So yeah, we can do that. So but yeah. So they're definitely cool to do.
And as for the coolant these things use, I mean, how close is it to just antifreeze?
They've. I mean, I know that they have different ones. Like, I know
I've
mineral
seen-
is a big one.
Yeah, I've seen some like completely submerged in mineral oil.
Yeah.
Now it's decorated to like look like they're in a fish tank and shit, which I think is neat.
Yeah, I mean, that's like
But
this,
also,
like
like-
this one.
That's a someday thing. That's not a I'm gonna move this all the way across the country with me thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that yellow one we were looking at, that case.
Where the hell was it? I'll do it back.
Yeah, that case is cool. Again, don't really care about like all the shit inside of it. I just think the case is fucking neat.
Yeah, let's see if I can find the case.
Yeah,
Because I probably list.
yeah, something similar to that. If I have to paint it cyberpunk yellow myself, I can do that because I have an airbrush. But yeah. Yeah, that's neat. That worked. I can paint it however. Yeah. Looks like they did some customizing to it. Maybe cut some pieces off.
Yeah, they
Milled
put
it.
that there. Yeah, but the rest of it, yeah.
Yeah, that's neat. Yeah. The hell's a case like that cost anyway?
Let's see. Not that. Amazon.
Tempered glass side panels.
Temperate. Oh no, no, it's the other side. So yeah, it is. That was the same side. Like they cut a little bit there, but it's still the same glass. So they just cut the backing off.
Yeah.
I think maybe.
Currently
Oh.
unavailable.
Yeah.
Let's just say a couple $100.
I'm sure someone fucking has it. You should have find a damn site that has it. All right. Well, all the big places don't have it.
Doesn't have to be
Okay.
specifically that one.
$600.
A case that Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Yeah, inline's a bit more.
Case that looks something like that.
Yeah, we can definitely find something like that. And then if you need to like do any cutting or whatever, that'd be more your thing. Damn, yeah, some cool cases.
Yeah, just people going all out with some. What's right below this? That one. Though?
This one?
Yeah, like that's
Just a lot of
that's just
yellow.
Too much yellow. They
Yeah,
obviously
a
took
lot
some
of
shit
yellow.
apart and airbrushed it and then put it back together though.
Yeah, custom cording and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that red one
Custom
looks
art.
neat. I could throw some samurai decals on the red one, all the way up top.
On this one?
All the way up top. Yeah.
This one.
Yeah,
that's-
I could throw
that's
some
easy.
samurai decals on that bad boy. Oh,
Yeah, that's an easy one.
various colors. Yeah, I like red. That's neat. So what's with all the
Mm.
weird lattice on like the packages? Is that just for mounting
That or
different
that?
shit? That shit. Is that for
Uh,
cooling or is that actually where you like mount shit?
Yeah, that's gonna be for cooling. There
Oh.
might be some mounting there. I'd have to see because you have to like basically find where the mounting points are.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a neato one. I like that in red. It looks cool.
Because like GPU should go there. Let's see. Actually, yeah, I think that's going to be the motherboard right there for the generic stuff. Then right here would be your video card.
Okay. Is it your GPU or your CPU that you can put pictures and shit on?
Your CPU.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So,
I know yours has GIFs on it. Yeah, there it is.
yeah, like that one. And then actually the one thing. There's one case, this one. That literally that siding is basically a TV screen, but without the backing. So it can literally like go and do.
It's like a transparent TV. That's fucking neat.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Also, that would fuck with me. That would catch you off guard. Be like, what the fuck?
What the hell's going on? Especially like that one.
Yeah, it's the fucking the computer.
Yeah.
There's shadow demons in the computer. Like I already don't understand how the fucking things work. Like, it's gonna freak me out. Yeah, that's super neat. That looks
Yeah, like that would
more
definitely fucking-
expensive than I want to spend though. But
Not really, actually. That case is.
that's from Gamescom 2016. Huh.
This one. I buy Power Snowblind. $200.
Oh wow.
And like this one, they show it doing, fucking your temps and
Gauges
stuff
and
like
shit.
that. And
I don't like that as much as I like the red one though.
Yeah, that's
I think
fine.
the red one I could just, get myself a Cyberpunk decal kit and decal it up, and then
Oh yeah, I mean that's like these
Good to
ones
go.
are better.
Oh, yeah.
Even though they're bigger, because you're getting more air cooling. With that other
I
one,
don't
you're
give
not
a
really
shit
getting-
how big it is. Like it can take up
No, don't say that.
4 by 5 feet next to the TV right now.
Because I've seen. I'm trying to see if I can find this one. That one is what that guy has.
Yeah,
Like that's fucking huge.
that's. I mean,
That's like
when I have that much space, though, I bet I could build that thing to be so overpowered. I probably wouldn't need to upgrade it, though. I mean, so that's the thing. I
well,
don't
the thing-
care if it's big. Like, how big
The
is
thing-
that red case?
Uh, I don't know. Okay.
It doesn't look that
No. Let's see if they have any actual sizes.
big. Anti-chamber construction, Jesus. Oh,
Okay,
inbox
so it's-
dimensions. Yeah, let's go millimeters to land it on the moons. It only weighs like 22 pounds, so that's not that big a deal. Yeah, that's not that big at all. It's like
2 feet almost. I think that's like,
2
well, I mean,
feet
this
by
one's
half a
definitely,
foot by 2 feet. That's not that big a deal at all.
yeah.
Oh, we've got important shit though, like video card max dimensions.
Yeah, that's mainly a big thing because of the 4080.
How big is the 4080?
Well, let's do a price comparison. There's a 4080 compared to the newest gen consoles.
Oh,
That's why.
that's a large video card.
That's 4090. But yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
What is the difference between a graphics card and a graphics card TI?
a tie basically means you can use two together to get like a 30% or like 40% better.
Would I want or need to do that?
No.
Okay.
By the time you really enjoy tie, you might as well just buy the newest video card, because really essentially what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to buy two of the same video card. So it's not worth it.
For them to be not double as good.
Yeah. So it's so yeah, like tie and SLI and all that crossfire. It's basically two video cards running together. They have to be the exact same ones, and they have to be the tie models, so you have to spend more because they're more expensive. It's just never worked. You might, like, for now, you'd probably be great with a 3080. If you really want to, you could go with a 4080 or a 4070.
3080
Just do
sounds
not-
fine. What do the numbers mean? Explain the numbers to me. 3080 versus 4070? Why is I thought
it's a
the numbers
generation.
only ever went up.
So
The second number, the 70, then would be the generation? Or?
no, the first number is generation. So we started with the 2000. You're on the
1060.
You're on the 1060. So it's not the first generation because they've made numbers before that. But
Yeah.
you're on the first of that 1000 series. Then they went to the 2000 series, and the 3000 series. Now they're on the 4000 series. I got my 3000 series a couple 2 years ago. Now they're on the 4000 series, and then essentially the second two numbers basically mean how powerful it is. So they make those are just the bigger ones. They make the 40. They make the 60 all the way up to the 90. The 90 being the most powerful, never really work. You never really get the full enjoyment out of it because it's more for.
I want to play Crisis 3 in VR.
Sort of, but also it's a lot more for like other programs that really utilize all that stuff.
Video editing and shit.
Yeah.
Or Bitcoin
So like the
mining.
48, the 80, and all that stuff is the best
Okay.
for us.
And the 12 versus 16 gigabyte, is that a...
That's VRAM. That's video RAM. Basically, you don't want to go any less than like 8, but anything more than that's fine.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, main things you got like the 4090 is so powerful it actually melts the parts.
Oh. Does it?
So like it's been melting cords, and it's good to a lot of people.
Oh.
Like
Yeah, that's
it's full
a serious arc risk and also electrical fire risk right
yeah, like there's the power cord. So it's they're having a lot of problems with it, and it says that they're taking steps, but I haven't heard anything major. So I would never go with the 4090. You'd be fine with the 4080 because they don't take as much power. But that'd just be how future proof do you really want to go? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you're getting heat through wires and melting like that, you need to lower the resistance to lower the heat. The only way you can really do that is larger gauge wiring and more robust connections so that you can handle that amp load through them. But that's hard to do in a confined space, so I don't think they're gonna be able to fix that problem.
Yeah, really, the main, like, there's a lot of things you gotta take into mind, because, like, so with how big this card is, you gotta imagine how heavy that card is, because
Yeah,
it's,
you
and
gotta mount
really
that
where
fucker securely.
and there's only really 2 places you mount a video card from, and so it's right there where the data transfers, and then right there, that screw that mounts to the case. So there's gonna be 1 screw there, and then like 1 screw there.
You could fabricate
So-
a mount that goes around that thing.
But like, there's only so many mount. Like, yeah, you can make your own, of course, but the generic ones, there's not a lot, so you gotta be careful with how much weight you're putting, because basically, besides the case, kind of keeping it a little bit there, like a lot of that weight's just on that
On
point
that, yeah,
right
the
there.
board, which is not a good place for it to be because that will wear
So-
and break.
Yes. So, like, I'm not worried with my 3080 because it's not that as big, but like with a 4090, with that big, like, beefy boy down there, like, I'd be worried, man. That's something you gotta worry about. Like, you want to put something underneath to brace it.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely that's something to keep in mind. It's with case size. That's why they have video card dimensions anymore, because of how fucking big they are. But like having all of this is great because having
Radio sports. Hell yeah.
a 360 basically, because like Radio Sport rear 120 basically means it can fit, because fans come in 120 sizes typically. So it would be one fan right there, 120 millimeters.
Yeah.
And you'd have 3 up there, 1, 2, 3. And that typically your 360 would be your AIO for your CPU. So,
Kick ass.
and then
And I get my fancy glow in the dark coolant to run through there too.
which you can, yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely, I definitely know they make. I don't know if they make glow in the dark coolant, but you can definitely use lighting with colors to make it look glow in the dark.
They make glow in the dark coolant. There's a
Oh,
page
yeah.
I follow on Instagram. It's the only computer related page I follow. It's called like Water Block, and they have like custom made like CPU coolers and stuff, and they offer different glow in the dark coolants that like
Hell,
glow.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I can. One thing that's going to be is either way, if you do buy a pure parts, you're going to have to build it.
Yeah.
You can have Johnson come over and definitely help you. I'd recommend Johnson because he is really good at that.
That guy's way smarter than me.
Like
Like I'll
this
say,
is just
it,
something
like,
that you get to do.
I can build some stuff, but like Johnson is a lot smarter than me. Johnson understands software and stuff, and I'll never understand
Yeah.
software and stuff.
Yeah, fortunately, this is just a lot of hardware. The
Yeah.
software part kind of is ladder, and that's definitely something I would definitely have Johnson help you with, because when you start it up, you're not going to have a lot of stuff. You're going to have no internet because you're going to have to you're going to have to hardwire and all that shit. To basically
plug a computer into this computer
to
download stuff to it to make it work.
Because it's not going to have all the basic software, so you're going to have to basically run it and all that stuff, and just kind of get it all off the ground. But Johnson definitely should help you with that one. But the computer building, you should be finding your own. It's just something that is best, because Johnson is good enough that he can do cable management to make it look pretty. Because your first computer you build by yourself is never going to have good cable management.
I don't know. I've done a lot of cable management on vehicles. Granted, that doesn't sound impressive, but
yeah, no, I mean, it is.
I've also built wiring harnesses and wired race cars and stuff. So
it's just about finding where to hide the cables that you need to and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if you want to do your own custom cooling block, like, that's totally acceptable. People still do it because it is good. It's just, I would definitely have Johnson help you with that, because it's something that is beyond me. But I've always just, like, even now, I just run a liquid cooler for my CPU because my GPU doesn't really do that much lately. So, but,
well, that was educational, thank you.
Of course. Yeah, whenever, you do get the money, then I can start, me and Johnson can talk and try and we can talk about, where to put the money to go and
deciding on that red case now. That one.
Yeah, I mean,
that's one part we've got already.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's definitely one thing you got to keep in mind is the whole case, because that's going to basically determine how it looks.
Yeah, and I think that glass panel comes out of that case, right? Because I might get some spray on tin and smoke the edges of it.
Yeah, all sides of those glass come out.
Awesome. Be able to smoke that with tin.
Basically, the whole thing here. Actually, I'll just do another one real quick. Quick show. There, you can see the glass comes out in 3 different parts.
Oh, hell yeah!
The top comes out with the bracket. The side comes out. The bottom comes out.
All I wanted to do was take the glass out and lay it all down flat, and then just take a can of VHT nightshade and just smoke the edges. That way, it's got
I mean, actually,
how windshields have a smoke effect at the top. Basically, just do that to all the edges of the glass, which is super easy to do. You just walk around it and smoke it lightly, and then
with some tape and all that shit.
I don't need to tape it off. I want the smoke effect, the fade. From clear to tin.
Yeah.
Old windshields at the top. I should specify that. That looks more like a new windshield. It's all a clearly defined line.
Yeah, tapered.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, that's fine, because we can definitely do that.
Shit, yeah, bro.
And then whenever you do figure out the rest, it's really just about your budget. I mean, Josh can build the whole thing out for you with AMD. Because AMD, I mean, both of them are good.
Yeah.
It's just whichever you decide you want.
I'm gonna drink a little bit of Kool-Aid on this one. First time I've ever done it. AMD better. More coals, more better.
I mean, they're different. I'll say I use Intel because you have to use, because you're not using the you're not using those video cards when you're using AMD. You're using different video cards.
What do you mean?
You're using. So those video cards, like the one I'm using, is for Intel only. What you'd be using is
Would they still be video cards, or?
No, they'd be something different, because NVIDIA only does for Intel. So you'd be using.
What's a 3080 equivalent?
Let's see. It's the RX 6900. So you're using the something around this 6900.
Oh, okay.
So they look about the same. It's just they're running different software.
I also like that says 69 instead of 3080. That's very nice. Also, to me, that looks cooler.
That's fun. I mean, that's like they're all the brands are gonna look different. Like the one I showed you was the first one, because that's like the one they make when they really kind of announce it and they release it, and then other companies they give all the stuff out to the other companies to make it, like make other ones.
Not software licensed, but what am I thinking?
Yeah, because now RTX or fucking video AMD is on these.
Nice. That's ridiculously big, though. Yeah, proving out a robot, Kevin.
Yeah,
Well, that's
right because they're brand new, so that's fine. That's about right. Yeah, so they're about $1,100, $1,200.
That's a lot of money.
That's about right.
Actually, it seems like not as bad as I thought it would be, but yeah. Okay, no one would have before.
But I mean, these are just if you wanted like the 4080 equivalent of a video card.
I don't know. I'll leave that up to you guys.
Yeah, I mean that's like once you get
want to stream and record while streaming Cyberpunk with high settings and hopefully not have the same issues I have on this 7-year-old laptop while I play Cyberpunk.
Yeah, no, you'll be fine on those.
That's very important. And it looks cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing is like, this is a 3080 equivalent, the other one was a 4080 equivalent, so it's a little bit of a price difference, but it'd be just more. So let's see. Let's do
Can I do ray tracing with those? Also, what is ray tracing? I'm so dumb when it comes to this. It'd be like you talking to me and being like, so when should I change my oil and does oil matter? Like,
let's see. So ray tracing. Once I have that map there, this would be like ray tracing, where you go and you can see. You go and depending on the angle you look through the water. Actually, this is perfect. So as you can see, while it's on, it goes and it'll clearly show you just the reflection of the ice showing the building perfectly.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get that as nice on this. So I'm trying to see if I have an actual better one. There's not a lot of games that really utilize ray tracing.
So it matters not that much.
No, not right now. It will eventually in the future, but there's not a lot of games that can really utilize it cleanly like this. This is a perfect one. So like depending on the angle you're at, the more you move to the side, the different angle you'd see this. Because essentially what it does is it processes your viewing angle and then the angle you'd be looking at the water to reflect, and then it determines what you should be seeing.
So it's a complicated geometry thing.
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
And
so,
can that graphics card do it? Was my initial question.
I don't know too much. I'd have to look more into yours because you'd be looking at the 6900 or the 7900.
We'll worry about that when we get there.
Yes. Even if it can, I mean, there's also different levels of ray tracing. Like, I mean, obviously they do like the high and the low nowadays.
Yeah.
So you have to figure out. But I don't really think you get too much out of it. See, like, yeah, I don't really see that much of a difference between the two.
I don't either. Which is why I feel like a lot of this stuff, like progressiveness and fidelity that we're moving towards, is very much lost on me. Because, like, I don't know, until I was like 17, I did Gold Star floor model TV from the 80s, and one of the tubes had gone bad, and it defaulted to a very green tint, so even the picture didn't look normal for like an 80s TV. It looked really bad. So I'm very used to things not looking good, and also like greater than 1080p. Like I don't even notice a difference. Everyone talks about FPS. The human eye can't even process more than 30. So like I've never been above 30. Like I don't. It's just lost on me. Like
you can definitely process above 30. It's really for frames per second.
Sure, the computer can, but the eye itself can't.
No, you definitely can.
You see in 30 FPS. Like I don't.
Like you can definitely see better than 30. I will argue with that. Because even playing video games, when you play it 30 hertz, like whenever I play on 30 hertz versus 60, I lose a lot. Because I played Bloodborne and I beat that. That game's so much harder because I lose so many iframes. And it's hard to tell when I need to do the dodges I need to, compared to playing on, say, Elden Ring. That I get that 120 hertz refresh rate that I do nowadays. I would say anything above 120 to 144 is useless, but anything up to, I definitely do notice a difference. So, but I mean, going back to, I wouldn't say you really worry too much about this. Even the quality, anything above 2K, it's, the way I always tell people is, quality versus the, quantity, because you can get a better picture from a 4K image, but with a 2K image with a higher refresh rate, it's not so much jagged and stuttering. You're getting more of a video. You're getting more pictures per second. So I always personally recommend going with 2K at most, because you're not really going to notice too much of a difference from 2K to 4K, but you definitely will notice a difference from 30 to 120 frames per second.
Okay. That's been computer shit explained with Dirks.
I mean, that's just my basic understanding of
video switchers.
But I was looking them up.
Yeah.
But
I can show you one.
If you do have it, that way I can see what inputs it all has.
This is a Roland V1 HD. We've got 4 in and actually 2 out on the back. One is plugged in right now.
Okay. Now I can find stuff with it.
Yeah, we've got 4 inputs. One that's just called preview, which you can run to a dummy monitor, and then one straight up label output.
Okay. But
and
I can
got
find
lots of other fucking ports on the back for coaxial audio and shit in case you want to switch audio to video, which I don't really feel like doing because that's adding a degree of complexity. I literally just wanted it to switch between cameras when I still had 4 cameras set up in here and wanted to have all of you guys up here into the living room for a podcast. That way,
which I'm
1, 2, 3, 4, and I can just button bump them. It's got the fucking fader for actually just like blending between scenes, but this isn't a TriCaster. I'm not adding effects. We're not doing fucking swipes and shit.
Yeah.
I did that kind of shit in high school because we actually had a TriCaster in our studio in high school. But yeah, a simple Roland video switcher is what I've got.
Let's see if I can use that. Yeah, here. So this is the easiest way I can show both those. So this is like a Forza game, but then you can see it does just a different resolution. I don't notice too much of a difference between these two, but I definitely notice a difference from that to that. Like you're getting, even though this is in night, this is in the shade, so it definitely affects a bit.
Yeah,
you definitely see a lot more textures on that.
They're not even in the same spot.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah,
but even that's a dumb one. That's too small of a picture to actually really get a full thing from it. But
okay.
Yeah. Then for this one, that's 30 versus 60. So definitely looks a lot more janky on the 30.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, that's why I say 30 is definitely a
Which is-
really bad.
When I do occasionally play things in 60 FPS as opposed to 30, you know, the few games that I can, I almost end up in that uncanny valley kind of area where like movements look unnatural and I don't like it. Like 2K is one of the games where I can actually run it at either 30 or 60 FPS, but when I move it up to 60, things look really unnatural, movements don't look fluid, and it's at that point it's like I know I'm playing a video game. This doesn't look like basketball anymore, and it's
that's more.
It's I don't want to say it gives me like motion sickness, but it's just, I notice the movements being more unnatural, not fluid. Just I don't know. Part of that too could just be 2K having janky animations, but I mean, yeah, that's one of the things.
Possible.
I've never seen the difference in like Forza between 30 and 60. I don't know what Forza runs at. I think mine runs at 30. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. You have to check.
I do know that.
Yeah, you'll definitely.
When I did play Cyberpunk on the big TV and I had it in 60, there was lag and latency between the controller and the screen. And then when I capped FPS at 30, that went away. And it became responsive again. So all the time I played Cyberpunk, it's been at 30, and I'm really used to it.
Which that just might be because you have the resolution so high that the game can't handle running at 60. So whenever you do update, it would definitely be better.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the new PS5s and all that are based on the 2000 series video cards. They're based around, like, 2080. So yours being based on that would be...
The game already doesn't run good on consoles, so my less powerful than a console computer is struggling.
Yeah.
But anyway, 1 second. I'm going to pop my vape battery in the charger because my vape's super dead.
Okay.
That's it. That vape battery charger looks so cool. Like it's just a little plasticky pop battery to a charger, but the like LCD screen it has on it looks so cyberpunkish. I love it. I'll just send you a picture of it. It's cool. It's like a dark red screen with like orange numbers on it, and it's got little battery graphics and it shows you how many volts there are. It'll charge it. It charges it. Yeah.
Damn.
It's like a $15 battery charger I bought at the vape shop. It's the coolest looking thing, like in my living room, I think.
Yeah, I want to go and get a bunch of cyberpunk stuff, like neon signs and all kind of shit. Make it like Kowloon.
Oh, absolutely.
But here for comparison, the 7900 versus 6900. So 2K Ultra, 106 grand on the 4080 or 82 for the 3080 with ray tracing. How much ray tracing kills it?
Yeah, it nukes it.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say you have to go with the 79, but I mean that's kind of just dependent.
Not turning ray tracing on is totally fine with me, given that for years now I've been playing games on like low settings because I have a 7-year-old laptop.
Yeah, so I mean that's the thing. I don't know what the FPS they're using. I mean, not the FPS, the other settings they're using, because it really just says Ultra. That doesn't really tell me a whole lot.
Just the default Ultra settings for Ultra and Cyberpunk, which
I guess
I cannot run.
Yeah. So, I mean, 82 is still really good, but obviously, I always support going with the more future-proof because I got my 3080 just so I could be future-proof for a while, but that's kind of where your budget lies. Because obviously we do have to get other things with it. So if that's where we have to take it down a little bit, that's fine.
Well,
It'll
there's-
still run at 82. That's fantastic.
There's being future-proof, and then there's like, do I even want to play new games? There's so
Yeah.
few new games I even like.
Yeah, I had talked to.
I've been emulating PS2 games more than I've been playing new
Yeah.
ones.
Which, yeah, I'm trying to see.
Oh,
Because I had talked to someone about it, and like they had talked. They had talked about like a few games. And I was like, I don't care about any of those. Because I was like, let's go through January and March.
dude,
It's a lot of-
Pizza Tower. Can't wait.
Like, it's a lot of JRPGs, which I'll play, but I don't think you'll play. Like, there's a new Dead Space, which I'll probably watch someone else play because I really don't care.
I never get into Dead Space. My buddy Jeremy was hard into Dead Space. He was super good at that shit too. Me, Atomic Heart. that
Atomic
sounds
Heart.
neat.
Yeah, 'cause that's like a
FPS
fucking.
action role playing. Nah, you lost me.
Oh no! Actually, Atomic Heart you'd actually enjoy because that's essentially it's like fucking USSR sort of shit. Like it looks.
It
neat.
looks like Bioshock, and I didn't like Bioshock.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, it looks like a USSR inspired Bioshock to me.
Yeah.
Which,
I don't know. Just I'm just aside from Cyberpunk, I was never really that into FPS games. Even the Fallouts I played in third person. I really enjoyed Metal.
yeah. Which that would have been cool if they'd done that for Cyberpunk, that option, but
I mean, there's the
yeah,
mod.
Resident Evil 4.
The mod makes it easy. I think you just tap T, and then you can aim, you can position your camera and then lock it in.
Mm.
And granted, it does look janky, yeah, but hey, guess what else looks janky in third person? Fallout New Vegas, and I've been playing that for like 11 years in third person. I don't mind the jank. I find it charming.
Yeah, that's
RoboCop,
Yeah.
Rogue City.
Dead Island 2.
I don't give a shit about that. Yeah, if in the next 5 years there aren't even games I want to play, I don't care about future-proofing the PC that much.
Yeah, like we'll see how this one goes because that might be neat.
Real-time strategy, pass.
Oh, never mind. I didn't know it was real-time strategy.
Yeah,
You
nope.
say real-time strategy? No, I just said action there. Okay. Yeah.
Armored Core, I'm gonna play that. Of course I am,
Yeah,
because it's got mechs, and I fucking love mechs.
yeah. But right now it's unknown because it just really got announced.
Yeah. And whenever the next Cyberpunk game comes out,
Yeah, which will be a while.
Yeah, and by that time, I'll build another PC specifically
Yeah.
just for that game.
Yeah, so like honestly, you might just be good with a fucking 6900 because that's
Yeah,
I think the hardest game
I
you're gonna
think-
play is Cyberpunk.
probably.
The only other game I can think of is fucking Stalker.
Like the new ones coming out or the old ones.
The new one.
Oh, probably wouldn't play it that much.
And
Payday.
then Payday 3.
Yeah, I play Payday with you.
Yeah. Yeah, because like there's not a lot, like even for me, there's not a lot of games. Which, yeah, wherever there, Stalker, Hard, Chernobyl. Yeah, whenever that comes out, which right now it's Q1, Q2. Like, I'll definitely play that because I want to play the Stalker games. I'm not that good to play the old ones.
Yeah, there's so much
Unforgiving.
jank and difficulty with them that
Yeah.
I'll just watch someone. Wow, Test Drive Unlimited. There hasn't been a Test Drive Unlimited game in a long time.
And it's going to be on fucking Windows. Huh, neat.
Yeah, I remember
And that's,
the OG
Oh, wow,
Test
Wolf
Drive
Among Us?
Unlimited
Yeah.
in motherfucking was it PS3 days? It was in Hawaii. That was the shit. Solar
Yeah.
Crown? The fuck?
uh-huh.
Open world.
Yeah, the first one since 2012. Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow, it's going to be the third. Open world.
French publisher acquired the Test Drive IP from Atari. Well, that's good because Atari's done fuck all with their IP. Bugatti, Dodge, Ferrari, Koenigsegg, Lamborghini, and Porsche.
Oh shit, there's a trailer for it.
Check that shit out. Looks suspiciously like my YouTube homepage as well.
Well, this isn't even my main. This is my warehouse project one. I don't know why. Like, what the hell half this shit is? This is just random videos.
It looks very Forza Horizon-y, like with the DJ shit, like they're ripping off the Horizon Festival, which are all the elements of Horizon I could do without, completely honestly.
Yeah, I don't really care. Okay, it looks like a DB11 and a Mercedes G-Wagon.
Yeah. That's
Is
a
that-
couple
no, it's
cars
not.
they're showing.
Different cars.
I'm just liking this. Okay, this part is the shit I could do
Yeah.
without. I don't give a fuck about
Nah.
DJs or EDM.
There we go.
Okay,
For
Lambo,
Connor 98.
Gamer. That looks like Hong Kong. Is it set
I
in
would-
fucking China? That looks like
Bro,
that's
definitely
China, my
does.
man.
That's fucking dope. Hell yeah, dude.
I'm looking forward.
See,
to
that's
this.
what I wanted Forza to do. Was Hong Kong or fucking Tokyo?
Definitely looks like Hong Kong. I remember Test Drive Unlimited though, even on being a PS3 title, had more depth to it in customization than Forza does. I mean, because you could back then even you could dress your character up, you could buy houses, you could buy like motorcycles and cars and display them in your house. And like it had an online component where you could invite people to come check your shit out.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's way better. Like that was actually really exciting.
I don't think it's Hong Kong, but it's definitely China. Oh no,
Hong
it's
Kong,
Hong Kong.
baby.
Nice. Fuck yeah, dude. I can't wait
Hell
for this
yeah.
now.
Yeah, for real.
I'm hyped.
Yeah.
Hype machine.
Bro, as soon as you say Hong Kong, I'm in.
Let's get a load of coal. We gotta fire up the hype train.
Hell yeah. Hey man, how you doing? I don't know who Cole is, but hell.
There's a steam locomotive joke. Dating myself there.
Sorry. I thought we got raided by someone.
No. No, I was firing up the hype train for Test Drive Unlimited. I haven't looked at chat in a fucking. There's nobody in it. Nobody's watching.
That's fine.
Literally,
That's
yeah.
fine.
No one and nothing in chat. I think we
That's
have
fine.
one viewer on Twitch, and I'm pretty sure it's me. So.
That's fine. Yeah, I don't watch it just
They'll
because
go
I
on
want to
YouTube
fucking
and
double.
15-ish people will watch it and be like, that guy's
Yeah.
kind of funny sometimes. And then,
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. That's all we need is, one or two every so often.
yeah, man.
Plus we'll
I'm
get
not-
more viewers
I'm
as,
not in
you
this
know.
to make money. I'm in this to stay
No.
original and not sell out.
Exactly. Plus,
Speaking of not
we'll
selling
get
out,
more.
Selling Out is brought to you today by our sponsor, Manscaped.
Oh, Jesus, no. I don't like to sell out, but when I do,
Yeah.
it's to Manscaped.
There's a great scene. I'm going to find the scene and send it to you now. But it was a great scene in Wayne's World 2 where they kept talking about not selling out, just wearing
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
all sponsored clothing. And just
And then Pepsi or some shit like that.
Pepsi, Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Wayne's World selling out scene.
Yeah, I will not bow to any sponsor.
God, I was about to send it to you. So you found it. Play that for a little bit. We're risk to copyright infringement from 20th Century Fox or whoever the fuck made Wayne's World. I don't even know. Share your screen, huh? Watch too.
Oh, man. All right. 1 second.
Just click on YouTube to put captions on. That way we don't gotta play audio. Yeah. These are old Doritos too, man.
I know. Fucking Reebok.
It's just really sad. Yeah. And basically us. We will not sell out until we get sponsored, and then we will.
Hell yeah. Get all that money.
I mean, if sponsors approached us, it would only be for things that I've actually already used. Like, who sponsors podcasts primarily? Like VPNs, Manscaped, Liquid Death.
Yeah.
Like, I drank a bunch of Liquid Death. I have a Manscaped lawnmower. Like, I use VPNs.
No, every day. Right now.
I illegally torrent things all the time.
I just like, to be safe when I browse the internet.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. I meant that. I didn't mean the other thing I said. No one
It's never happened.
because no one's watching.
It's fine.
Also, I mean, on the car side, I've expressed innumerably to no end that I am a relentless Pennzoil shill. I'm a whore for Pennzoil. They actually do sponsor some YouTubers. Maybe they'll sponsor us. Fuck, I don't know. But
Eventually. But right now, I mean, we're only doing podcasts, and like I'm slowly working on that Lego car build. You're going to be doing some car building stuff.
I have lots of car parts I have not had any initiative to install because it's still 36 degrees every day.
Yeah.
And my garage isn't as heated as the rest of the house, by which I mean it's not heated at all. The furnace is in there, but it doesn't actually heat it up at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Like once we go and we do stuff, people will watch. But right now, all we do is kind of just shoot the shit and talk about plans. Like when I told you about the i8 with the MP4 12C.
That's gonna be expensive.
Oh yeah. But I mean, really,
I don't even like the i8. It's fuck ugly.
I like the exterior.
All new BMWs are fuck ugly.
I like the exterior of it. I just don't like the interior of it.
I think it was past like 08 or 09. All BMWs just got fucking hideous.
Oh, especially lately. Have you seen the new ones? They're terrible.
No, and I don't want to.
Oh, you're going to.
It's like, oh, dude, smell this. It smells like shit. Like, I don't want to smell that.
You're
look
going
at
to
this. It's
anyways.
fucking hideous. Like, I don't want to look at that.
Anyway, you're going to anyways, because I make you.
That's very true.
Yeah, like, look at that. All grill.
Why?
That looks like a fucking concept car more than anything. I don't know why they went with that.
I understand brand
They even
identity
kept it.
and tradition and all that, but they've really got to just give up on the kidney grills. Like, they're not.
I don't know. They're not good.
They
They're
no
not-
longer serve a purpose.
Yeah.
More than anything, that fucking kidney grill looks more like an old Jaguar grill than a BMW
It's-
grill, anyway.
It's just gross.
It's just a big, ugly, dumb pig snout.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
You're designing Miss Piggy.
Yep. That's why I
It's a
don't.
Miss Piggy M3.
Like, I like the i8 as long as it's in white. Because that white with the.
All the blue accents and shit.
Yeah, like, I like that look. I just don't like the interior. Like, honestly, I like even the Roadster version.
I think
they-
that whole car is fucking gross.
Huh?
It's so, to its core, I mean, it is a BMW, and I know they all are, but specifically this one, it looks so pretentious.
Yeah.
That
That's
car
the only
knows
thing.
it's
I like
better
to
than
change
me.
That's why I want to make it better. Because that's the thing. It's not even that good. When you look at it, it's a fucking hybrid.
Ew, that's...
That's why I want to fucking get the body, take the body off, because the interior looks like dog shit, and then put a fucking McLaren interior on it, because that's really what it should have been. It should have been a joint project by McLaren and BMW.
So many cars beyond a certain year, and it really is, it's like 2012 with me. beyond that, I don't. You put me in one, and I wouldn't know what half of the shit did.
It's like, that doesn't look bad. Like, that was a joint project.
It looks very interesting.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about that car is the way it sounds.
Oh, yeah. It did a very good job for a V8.
That Top Gear episode where Jeremy drove that and he raced Richard and James to Oslo. There's a fantastic clip of that with the best exhaust note I've ever heard, and it is that car. That supercharged engine is and it's an AMG engine.
Yeah, like they can do it.
So we can make our rebuilt Mercedes V12 sound very close to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that's. So I mean, I'd still like to, do that at some point, but like make it better.
Have you seen the prices on those things lately?
Oh yeah, they're stupid. I don't know why they dropped down. They went down to 50,000 and then they increased again. I don't know why. Like they weren't. Everyone hated them, and now they're starting to go back up.
I'm not talking about the i8. I'm talking about the McLaren Mercedes.
Oh yeah,
they're
even worse.
Stupid.
Yeah, they're 500,000 nowadays. Oh, okay. So they dropped a little bit, but yeah, like 400,000, almost 500,000.
Yeah, that's a house, like a really nice house.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's a really pretty car. It's not that pretty of a car. Like,
yeah, but a house isn't going to leak oil all over my driveway.
That's true. Damn, Alien will fix one of them. There's not this one.
Oh,
I just don't like.
All black Earth iron.
I just don't like the interior. I think the interior looks like shit. Like, it's very dated.
It is very dated, but at least in that car, I know what everything is and what all the buttons do.
I don't know. I feel like they could have done more.
Where's the shifter? It's where it should be, and it looks like a shifter. All the gauges look like gauges. The radio looks like a radio. All the buttons look like buttons.
Yeah, but I just feel like they could have done more for 2006.
Yeah. Huh. At least that Seno stack, though, with the machined aluminum, at least it's actually machined aluminum. It's not like Chevrolets where it's just plastic painted to look like machined aluminum.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing.
And turned white and looked awful.
Yeah, when you're doing a joint project between McLaren and Mercedes, you have to do that. You couldn't do plastic on that and expect it to sell.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a quality build car as well.
Yeah. I mean, is it a car I still want? No, not really. It's still a V8.
That said, here I am, discussing the finer points of $400,000 supercars, still fully desiring to daily drive an 82 Pontiac Trans Am.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, we can judge them because, like, it's...
Of course I can. It's public domain.
Exactly. Well, also, I mean, we just, we've both driven enough cars to know what we both like. And, like, there's no new Lamborghini past the 90s I'd want. So, like, and there's basically no new Mercedes I'd want past basically the race cars of fucking early 2000s. And McLaren, they're just all the same to me. They've been uninspired since really I'd say the Senna would be the last one I'd go that was really inspired.
Well, even when they debuted a road car after the F1, again, I mean, it took them long enough. Really. It was the M412C. Great car. It was on par with the 458, maybe a little bit better. Yeah. But again, you got to go back to Top Gear because they set the bar for automotive journalism for so many years. Clarkson talked about it. He even talked about it being uninspired and kind of boring. And one thing he said is, it sounds like a fucking washing machine. The MP412C. Give it a name.
Yeah.
Name the car.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but the F1, even, I think it might have been Squid, the same guy that whoever did the Viper video I sent you did one about the F1.
Yeah.
And it was another really good video where he talked about how that car, in being so remarkable and such a good race car and setting as many records as it did, even though none of that is what they set out to do with that car. They set out to build the most perfect road car they could. It was Gordon Murray's eccentric. And, you know, they did achieve that. And then also this car broke all these records and was a phenomenal race car and the fastest car in the world for like 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, just that I think is...
It just sets the bar so high that you just...
Yeah.
Even the P1, which was really the true successor to the F1.
Yeah, very cool. Don't want one as much as I want an F1.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's a hybrid. And it's like, I don't want a hybrid car.
Even the special James Hunt liveried edition. I don't want that one that much.
No. Like, even the Senna. I like the Senna. It's still a hybrid car. And the interior looks exactly the same as all McLarens. They aren't. Their interiors are always the same.
Of that new Holy Trinity, I think the one I like the most is the LaFerrari. That said, I still don't want one.
No.
I like it's going back to the Countach. It's a nice thing to look at. It's really pretty.
Yeah,
I don't want
really
one,
pretty.
though.
No.
I don't even particularly want to drive one. You know,
No.
if they ever be like, hey, would you a track day or Ferrari? You know, not really.
Yeah,
No.
I'm good. Like, honestly, a lot of those cars also just feel really big, and I just don't like big cars. Like, after a car reaches a certain... Well, yeah, you drive a big truck, but...
Yeah, no, I want a big car. I'm going to build a 6-wheeled Cadillac. Of course I like
That's
big
true.
cars.
Yeah.
It's got commanding road presence.
I mean, you don't need size to command presence. You just need to be aggressive, like I was in the Mini Cooper.
You were very
Bowling
aggressive
trucks
in
off the
that
road.
Mini Cooper. You did perhaps dangerously so command road in that Mini Cooper.
Look, man, when I'm the size of fucking Volkswagen Beetle, that's the only thing I can do.
Elizabeth,
Like, I'm not gonna let myself get bullied.
you should never let yourself get bullied. Kids, if you're getting bullied, just take a gun to school and...
Let's oh boy.
This vape battery is dying while the other one's charging, so I'm gonna plug this vape in while I hit it.
Jesus. But yeah, it's definitely something that I don't know. Like, I wish McLaren would go back to their roots, but then again, Gordon Murray's making his own car.
Yeah,
I
it
don't-
looks
I-
neat. It's
I would say
super
it's
lightweight.
neat. Like, super lightweight. I like that he introduced. He brought back the whole fan effect that he really did from one of his first cars.
Yeah, the Brabham BT46. The
But that's really about it.
What
Like-
car that was not banned, they just decided not to race it because it wouldn't be fair.
Yep. I don't know. I don't really care for it too much. It doesn't really big looks aren't anything to me, let's say. But I am glad because the interior definitely looks better
Yeah,
than
it looks
any of the.
kind of like it, but also very interesting is the new Hennessy, the
Hmm.
V5. See that? To me, that front end of it looks a lot like a Celine S7, which I feel like we don't talk enough about how extraordinary the Celine S7 was. Anything is possible. They put it in car.
Yeah,
There you go, that thing.
i5. That's what it is. Yeah, I can see that. It looks like it's inspired by that and like a Ferrari.
Yeah, I mean, the Hennessy being Hennessy, they largely just kind of rip off a design.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the last car they made, the Venom, I mean, that was just a stretched Lotus.
Yeah.
It was literally just a stretched Lotus.
Yeah.
It was just like, our all original design. Shut the fuck up, John Hennessy. You didn't design shit.
Yeah. But you stretch things enough that way you can get away with it. And it's fine. There you go.
I don't even think the Venom was widened. I think it was literally just a lengthened Lotus.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, that's just a stretched Lotus Exige. It's just They took it and they went, put big fucking V in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fucking wild. But I don't know. I liked it. I would never want to buy one because it's not a pretty piece to me. It doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Like, even the interior, I like the interior, but I don't know.
back to Celine though. Again, to the S7. We do, I feel like we don't talk enough about how good the Celine S7 was at everything it did. And I think
Yeah.
shout out Squid again. I believe he did a video on it. A long one. That car really was amazing.
Oh yeah, like it looks super pretty from all angles. I like even that spoiler, like it's tactical, but I don't think it distracts too much from the car.
They still make that car to order today, and it still doesn't look dated.
Like it's still a really pretty car.
It was also a very good road car that happened to also be a phenomenal race car.
Like
It was powered by
Definitely
a
a car.
Ford V8.
yeah, like that's fantastic.
Not even like a complicated one. Just like
It's nothing over the top because that's a big problem you run into. Is like if anything goes wrong with it, how expensive is it going to be to fix? And like that's fucking funny, but like you can put that away and never have to see it, and that's easy. There you go.
yeah, man, that was
That's the way.
this trend for like a good 5 years. There was pop out
Yeah.
screens. My buddy had a pop out screen like that head unit in his fucking 91 Cadillac Fleetwood or no DeVille. I mean DeVille. I don't know. It was a shitty front wheel drive Cadillac. Yeah.
Like absolutely, that's fantastic. Like the only thing I'd be worried about is like how much legroom does the person get, but that's their problem, not really mine.
Well, I mean, with a monocoque design, a race car chassis like that,
Yeah.
really not concerned with passengers.
Yeah. But yeah, that's I could definitely see myself driving one of those. Even the interior doesn't look terrible, but definitely the exterior looks fantastic, and basically all colors.
Yeah, they're
Yellow,
also
orange.
fast as shit, but they look best in silver.
Yeah, they do look really good in silver with Doug DeMuro review.
Well, Daddy Doug.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about all of the buttons and switches in this car. Shut the fuck up, Doug.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just quit already, man.
It would be nice.
Find a new niche.
But unfortunately, none of them are going to quit.
Man. Who knows?
That's
I'm
pretty-
throwing a little shade at
That's
him
it.
now, but someday Doug might be buying one of our track day cars.
That's true. I'm reviewing them.
Maybe like he might buy one like as a long-term review, like he did with his Aston Martin or his GT40. He might buy one and drive it for a couple years and then sell it.
He still has the GT40 as far as I know.
I have no idea. I have not watched a Doug DeMuro video in probably 2 years. But the first thing that came up was Doug DeMuro's wife. I don't give a shit about
Yeah.
Doug DeMuro's wife. Yeah, he currently own. I know he got rid of the Aston because it was gonna bankrupt him.
Yeah, because he had that fucking whatever thing. He had that. Yeah. That's from 2021, so that's a bit old.
Yeah, some of his cars he sold on his
Yeah, it's Cars and Bids.
best website, Cars and Bids.
Yeah, 2005, which.
I mean, that's the year to have. That's the
Yeah.
one everybody takes to like Texas Mile events and Ultimate Street
Yeah.
Car Challenge and shit because they really do perform amazingly.
Oh yeah, they built them properly.
Oh yeah,
It's just
that's
it's a
a race
shame
car.
that
I know
It's a
that's
shame.
got turn signals and shit, but that's a race car.
like for what they even charge for them too. They charge like a little under around like 6 figures, like around that $100,000 mark.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
perfect.
brand new. But I mean, they've only ever inflated in price. They never depreciate.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
believe
it's-
they ever will. Also, that interior is fantastic as well.
yeah. It was inspired by the old one too, which is the old original GT.
Yeah, but it's
GT40.
retro styling done right.
Yeah, like it looks good.
Steering wheel could use some work, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was back then when they didn't know how to like make airbags work properly.
Yeah, that was the mid 2000s. We were just hating on like the 06 McLaren Mercedes looked dated. I mean, that even looking at it today looks very dated.
Yeah.
We talked about machined aluminum versus plastic painted to look like aluminum. That whole center tunnel is plastic painted to look like aluminum.
Yeah. Well, they had to keep the price down.
Yeah, also the weight.
Yeah.
It'd be one big fucking piece of aluminum.
Yeah, like if anything, if you were to redo that today, you'd probably do it carbon fiber, fucking just painted.
Yeah. Or unpainted,
But
if you're a purist.
yeah. But like I do like the switches and all that stuff. Like your Raptor kind of has something like that, I think.
Yeah, I have when you buy the truck new, therefore just pre-wired dummy switches that don't control anything, and it's very easy to hook auxiliary lights and shit to them. I have my orange fog lights and my fuck off, get out of my way fog lights wired to my switches.
That's like all you need. Like that shit's nice.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It's definitely something that I wish cars were a bit more affordable today, but we're at that price point where even daily cars are just stupid expensive.
Nothing's affordable anymore.
No.
Groceries aren't affordable. Insurance has never been affordable. Owning a home is impossible. Like, of course, cars aren't affordable. Nothing's fucking affordable.
And like even the cars that are expensive, like they're getting terrible reviews because like if you look at like Teslas nowadays, their build quality is one of the worst. It actually like, oh yeah, but no, it's
he's not a genius. He's a scammer. Teslas are shit.
Oh yeah,
they're never gonna build the Cybertruck.
No, they are.
They never built their fucking semi, as far as I know.
I don't think so.
I know that other company that was building an electric semi fucking failed horribly. Of course, that company was always a scam.
Yeah.
Nikola? Was it Nikola? Might have been Nikola.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was Nikola.
They had that press video of it driving through the desert. You know, what they did is they towed it to the top of a hill and then they pushed it down the hill. That truck never had a functional drivetrain of any kind.
Yeah, it's like, as like you type in Tesla review build quality, just all of them are just shit talking it. Like how bad they are, and there's just so many videos on it. It's just
even that guy Rich Rebuilds has moved far away from like Tesla powered Teslas. He like LS a couple Teslas. He got mad hate for it. Now he's been shunned by the Tesla community.
Oh man, those fanboys that'll never buy one.
I know, he used to be their black Jesus because he had like 4 of them that he bought flood cars and rebuilt them.
It's the best thing you do, man. Honestly, as long as you mind dealing with mold,
you don't care about like resale value and pedigree. You just want the thing.
Yeah.
Buy a wrecked thing and fix the thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we plan to do for most of like the cars I want. And I know you had talked about that too.
Really,
I mean, not too many of the things you want are that expensive.
The things I want are expensive entry level price. The things I want to do with them are expensive. Like a ZR1 powered rear wheel drive Chevrolet Beretta. That's expensive because of the things I want to do to it. A Chevrolet Beretta is a $500 car.
Yeah.
Ostensibly. If you can find any that still exist, it's still a $500 car.
So like that's the thing. Most of the stuff that you want is a lot cheaper. I mean, a lot of stuff I want is just outlandish, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Because
it's just our two personalities.
Yeah. Which is fine, because that's the thing, is we're trying to go and basically hit as many people as we can with
something
our
for
very
everybody.
off the walls.
Give them what they want.
Ideas. Exactly. I mean, I know I'll get hate because I'm ripping out the rotary out of the R7, but I plan to use it for something better.
Do more things with that rotary.
Yeah, the rotary's not going to get sold. It's not going to sit in a warehouse. It's going to be.
I won't even
do
need
a
the turbos from it. It's going to be an NA4 rotor, exactly like the 787B.
Yeah. I mean,
it's going to
really probably use the sequential turbos on the fucking whatever the LT1 because I like the sequential turbos. They're nice. Or something like it.
When they're necessary on that rotary.
Oh yeah.
But
I mean,
to have a similar experience and a little bit more power with that LT1. They're not necessary at all. They're probably undersized for that engine. They wouldn't help it breathe. They would just hurt it. The LT1 breathes really good. It's a very short run intake. So I mean, it's a high RPM small block V8. I mean, you can take that thing to like $7,000. I mean, it makes power in there too. Usually, I mean, you can rev a small block to $7,000, but most of them they stop making power at like $5,000. Like the Corvette, the L98 and the Corvette, that stopped making power at 4,500.
Jesus.
That is where torque and power just stop. I mean, it builds really strong to that point, and then it stops right there. Those are torque engines. Those are truck engines. But like the LT1, it's thought and design went into that. Smoky Unit helped with that. That's a race car engine, man. That thing will rev.
Yeah. Which is good, because that's what I kind of want. Because like mine right now revs to 9,000.
I could build that for 9. The thing is, it wouldn't make power at 9. It would stop making power at like 7250.
Which that's fine. Because I mean, that's the thing. I can rev it to 9, but do I ever? Usually not.
Yeah.
Because I have to do like there's that exhaust that they pre-install on it, so it's kind of a lot more obnoxious. Yeah. And I'm driving in Okinawa, like I don't want to be that American. So.
Yeah. Do you know what your rear end gear ratio is?
I have to look it up. It's probably stock.
Yeah, do you know what the stock ratio is? I'm assuming that being a Japanese JDM car, it's probably a 2 something. And I will tell you that with 273 gears that I have in my Z28, that engine, I can, even with 273 gears, which are granny gears, they're highway gears, I can spin both tires from a stoplight, and that car will pull hard all the way to about 120, and it will take a little while to get there after that, but it will do 158 miles an hour.
Okay.
That is a tired old Z28 that sat in a field for 3 years before the guy I bought it from decided to fix it and sell it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, probably finding all the older ones and not the ones I want.
I'm gonna look it up. Oh, I was already in.
Yeah, because the main thing you have to do is make sure you find the right year, because they did change.
Oh no. Okay, I'm thinking completely backwards. So because it's a rotary, and rotaries, although we measure RPM on them in the same way that we do an internal, it's still an internal combustion. Measure it the same way we do on a piston engine. Really the revs are double because there is no cooldown. There's no non-firing stroke. It fires all the time. So because it revs so high, it's actually got a very short high gear ratio. So it's like a 410. That's like a drag racing gear. That would launch the LT1 in that car hard as shit. That would be a killer 8th mile drag car. But obviously, you would lose out on top end because of the rear end gear ratio being so tall. It would launch hard, it would top out low. But yeah, I mean, we could always swap the gears.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I'm seeing anywhere from 410 to 430.
Yeah, 430 is stupid insane. That's high. Like a drag only gear in like Camaros and stuff is like a 456. The Raptor has a 411, But because it's got 37-inch tires, what's meeting the road is actually like 373 functional ratio. So even 373 is like a drag race gear. Most passenger cars in America, it's like high twos, low threes. Like the performance gear ratio in 4th gen Z28s was like 342.
Yeah, my final drive is 4.3.
Yeah, that's dumb high.
Because
that's
mine's different because
make up for a lack of torque by simulating torque with gears.
Yeah, mine's different because it's an older generation. It's a newer generation, I should say.
Yeah.
And also because it's the Type R, it has a lot more power than the lower trims, so they had to make up for that by giving it that. They gave it that as well. Yeah. That's the reason I spent so much money on mine, is because it was low mileage, it was perfect color, and it was the exact trim I wanted.
Yeah, I had to put them sticky tires on the back of that thing. It was a 433 gear and all the torque of an LT1. I think it's gonna launch hard. Like you might pull the front wheels. No, with a stockish LT1, no, you're not gonna pull the front wheels. But
yeah, it's fun. God. Yeah, I mean, mainly one of the we're gonna do a lot to it because one, I'm definitely gonna have to change that suspension. My suspension's just so rough.
We have to change much about it. We're just more or less just going to have to refresh things, replace a lot of parts with new ones just because they're old. But actually changing anything in terms of like geometry or like spring rates, probably not. That rear end
right now,
we're going to swap that rear end here.
Yeah.
I don't know how much torque that carrier is rated for, without like breaking axle shafts and whatnot.
Yeah, we have to look into that. I'm sure someone probably rated it, so you have to.
With the amount of guys who've LS swapped them, yeah, definitely people have. People have figured it out.
But, I mean, the main reason I want to change the suspension on is because right now it's here. I can actually.
It's just worn out.
Well, it's that, and also it's the way the car is built.
Yeah.
So you can see how there it's a suspension standard. Yeah. Mine actually says suspension hard.
Yeah.
So
it's the Type R. It's the Sport.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like the only trims really above mine were the RS. Yeah, they had the RZ, the RS, and then the Spirits. Those are the only trims above mine. The Spirits were numbered builds. The RZ was a numbered build because they only made that many. And then the RS was, I don't remember what was different about the RS, but then it was the R. So like mine was mine and all of these, they all have the same final drive ratio, same horsepower, same basically everything except some minor changes. Like the RZ and the Type R, Spirit Rs and all that got those carbon fiber seats, then like special paint trims and special rims and like that kind of stuff. Some carbon fiber bits, but everything else is basically the same. So I got like the lowest top end version you can get, which is still really good. Like I paid a lot of money for it, but still really good compared to any of those, because any of those is like 50 to 80K easy. So, but yeah, I definitely want to try and, make it an easy daily driver until we get the warehouse kind of built, and then we can start, getting secondary and tertiary cars.
Hell yeah. Well, buddy, we've been going for 4 hours.
Oh, Jesus. That's going to be fun for me to edit. I'll probably cut it.
Yeah, cut it into two. Just put the break right in where I lost my fucking internet for no reason. And
sounds good.
Yeah, it's been awesome catching up with you. It's been a couple weeks. Sure. I've missed you.
Missed you too, fam. Yeah, I mean we've both been busy. It's rough just because my work schedule sucks, and
you're back.
We're on
at work
different
now.
time zones.
You are back at work now, and I now have unlimited free time.
Yep, that's how it goes.
Things never fucking line up.
Oh yeah. Otherwise, fucking we'd be fucking playing Payday or some shit. But
Fuck, I'm still gonna buy that. And make sure
Yeah,
my
it's
computer
fine.
can run it reliably. And that might
yeah, you should be fine. That's an old game.
Yeah. Payday 2.
Yeah. Payday 2 itself came out 2013, so it's an old game.
No, it's older than the laptop then. Shit.
Yeah,
I'll be fine.
but yeah, I mean, we should have time to play once I go on leave because I'm basically gonna be here for that first week. So
Alright.
yeah, we can definitely play that then. But
Shit.
for now, I mean, go to bed. I mean, I'm sure it's probably late there.
It
Can't even
is
imagine.
almost 11 p.m.
Jesus, yeah, and it's almost 4 p.m. here.
Yeah, I am going to eat my Popeyes mashed potatoes and watch more X-Files.
All right, sounds good, bud. I'll talk to you later.
All right, love you, buddy.
Love you too, Ben. Take it easy.